We're not allowed glass
In
here.
5.
I wanted to use the ones you gave me.
3, 2, 1. What's going on, Venture Nation? TME live.
Oh my God, we have been live all this time?
No,
While
we
you're
just
counting?
started. Well, when I was counting, yeah, we're live.
Uh-oh.
But you're gonna have to turn off your iPhone because it's gonna bother us.
There it is.
We've got a couple of viewers, Rick and Barb, joining us today. Rick is off trying to find an extension cord because my computer is gonna die anytime now.
And as you can see, we're not in our RV, so yeah, it's like we need somewhere to plug in.
Yeah.
It's like where we are parked is a little bit tight, so we thought on just being in a place that is kind of like more prettier and beautiful, like this pergola.
We're gonna bring
It's
us
so
over
pretty.
here. Let's see if people can hear us. Lori's iPhone isn't working, so
Can you hear me, everybody? Because I know I'm the soft-spoken one, so let me know if you can hear me. Thumbs up.
well, the thumbs up.
Oh.
They don't know if we can hear them or not, or they can hear us or not. And we're on a
So-
little bit of a delay, so hopefully
No.
you guys will be able to hear
It
us.
actually says thumbs up again. So hello from Maine, everybody. So
Thumbs up, Dan.
what's up from Ben? Oh, Randy's Cup. We miss you, Randy. We were so close. We
So
literally
close.
just scooped through there. So
Yeah, it was ugly. We came down from Seattle in 3 days, so it wasn't fun.
hello from Cliff and Vicky.
Cliff and
We're
Vicky,
here.
what's going on,
I'm
guys?
surprised you guys made it. It's
Yeah.
like, I thought they weren't gonna
Well,
make
they're
it.
so far away.
They're so far away
yeah,
here
they're
in
like
Las
20
Vegas.
20 miles away.
It's like they were
Still have time to make it, dude.
invited VIP guests here too,
Yeah.
and they just declined us.
Yeah,
They're like,
they're-
you're not important enough.
Yeah,
I
they were
think.
like, screw it, we're not driving across town just because of you guys.
But Rick and Barb, actually, these guys, they just started full timing. When was that? May?
In May.
Yeah.
Well, we really started traveling beginning of August.
Mhm.
We actually sold our house, moved out, moved into a county park like 2 miles away from our old house to work on the RV, customizing it. And of course, that took a lot longer than we thought. And then we had an unexpected, our daughter decided to get married. Now, mind you, she'd been with her boyfriend for 10 years. But she's just started her residency and realized there's no way she was going to plan a wedding this year. So they just got married in Santa Barbara. So we left in August and then we had to come back over Labor Day for it. So
Yeah, but-
it's all worked out.
But it's
Awesome,
sold
awesome,
fairly
awesome.
new. That's kind of cool.
Rick,
Oh, yeah.
Rick and Amy Clark said they can hear us perfectly. That means you probably can't hear us all because you can't trust anything comes out of that guy's mouth.
So, well, guys, as you can see, obviously, we are not in Washington anymore. I guess it's not obviously.
No,
I guess I feel it's obviously because we are in like t-shirts and short sleeve and all that. So we're in a place where it's warm. So we're here in Las Vegas. And the reason we came down here so fast.
Do you know how these lights turn on normally? Do they just come on
Just
automatically?
Powered by the,
Yeah, the switch is on, but I don't.
it's on through a sensor.
Ah,
that's
okay.
probably,
Where's the
yeah.
sensor? Are we able to
It's-
block it?
when the light goes off?
Yeah. All right, cool, cool,
You
cool.
can get a piece of tape, cover it up.
If
And see
is there a sensor that you can do that? Yeah, if we could do that, dude, that'd be awesome. We may be able to stay on a little bit longer, guys. So you got a gentleman here that might help us out and
Yeah.
get us some power.
Otherwise, we're gonna be done in 20 minutes.
Yeah, or however long my computer dies.
And
We've got an extension cord, so we'd be all right with that.
sorry, guys, troubleshooting.
Troubleshooting while we
while
go. We thought, oh, what a great idea to come out here in this beautiful setting, but there's no power.
Well, no, we thought there was power. The problem is like the power outlet doesn't have power because it's like a sensor. So anyway,
We just need to find out where the sensor is and block that bad boy. I'll take off my shirt and I'll put it over top of the sensor.
no, that's
I'm
not
in your
needed.
way.
I was gonna say that's not needed. Don't worry about it.
Come on, there's got to be at least one person. Rick, you want to see with my shirt off, right? But
Okay,
anyways,
Barbara,
we are
you ready for
in Las
wine?
Vegas.
Oh, let's go for it.
We got here pepper going on. The wine. This is from a couple friends of ours.
Seth and Daniela in Indianapolis.
Yes, and when we went down to Indianapolis and we went there, Seth and Daniela bought a bottle of wine for us for her. So Seth and Daniela, thank you so much.
This
We're
is a
gonna
limited
enjoy this.
edition.
Yeah.
It's a ring of honor. So basically commemorating Manning. It was
Peyton Manning or Eli Manning?
Peyton Manning.
Peyton, so it shows you how much we know about football. But it's a commemorative edition celebrating Peyton Manning. So I know he's a badass quarterback. That's all I know.
That's all I know
That's-
too.
yeah.
So.
Don't look to Rick or I to provide any more details.
So thank you, Seth and Daniela. We're gonna
Cool.
open it after this long. Like they gave it to us when we were in Indianapolis. That was like last year. It feels like so long ago.
Well, I feel honored. Now we would also have fancy wine glasses, except in the pool they don't.
No,
And because I gave Lorena some.
Yeah,
they
two
don't allow the fancy wine glasses.
amazing- Yeah, wine glasses. But yeah, it's like they don't allow them here.
So, folks, what's going on out there? We've got
Okay,
We're in Las Vegas.
The reason we're in Las Vegas.
we're in Las Vegas because our business was having a few hiccups. We're having some turnover issues and things like that. So I came down to help our guys get some people trained and trying on that, slowly making way on that. Although one of our new guys didn't show up today, which is always hideous.
Fancy.
So,
And that's about it. So we're going to be spending a month here in Las Vegas before we head out again. And then
Well,
we're going to be
less
in
than
and
a
around the
less
Southwest.
than a month by now.
We're here till November 17th. So however long that is. I don't know if that's a month. What else? I don't know if we're still live anymore. I don't seem to have any comments coming through. So
Yeah, that's weird. Because
Very
usually-
strange.
So
No. Or maybe it's just my phone.
maybe it's just your phone C, your Galaxy.
Yep. Could be my Galaxy. So hopefully everyone's still hearing us. And who knows? So we're going to find out here shortly.
So I forgot my aerator, so I'm just gonna put it
And
like
there's the
that.
live chat.
Yeah. You know, I did a test one time with an aerator.
Oh, no. Oh, somebody said it went out and came back. Alive.
Really?
Okay, cool.
To me, it made it too light. It was more full body.
So we're working with
About
like
it.
sketchy Wi-Fi. We're working with almost no electricity. Just, totally prepared for this thing as usual. So if anybody has any questions, make sure you put it all in caps so it'll make it easier for us to see. And then make sure you turn your caps off or you're going to just keep on screaming at us in caps. So
Oh, and
make sure you turn that off if you
they're
do that.
coming back to see if they're gonna
And
bail us out.
we're gonna see if we can tape off the sensor here and turn on some lights. So hopefully we'll be able to stay on here a little longer. I didn't see a sensor on there, but oh, look at that!
Oh.
Look at that!
Rika name is set, so start stripping now. Not now. I
What?
think
No, they're probably talking about.
Gonna take a little bit.
like for a living. I don't know. That was Rick. I know that was Rick. He's like,
That is so awesome, man! Thank you so much.
The
Oh,
lights are gonna turn on
perfect,
right here.
perfect,
Once
perfect.
the lights turn on, then you'll have power.
Thank you so much, man.
Awesome,
We
thank
really,
you.
really
Yeah.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
so did it work?
Cool. So we're gonna have power here pretty soon. So we're gonna
Did you
get
grab
that
a few
rocking and
snacks?
rolling. Lori's gonna get us set up with some veggie plates.
I just have like a veggie tray, so nothing fancy, nothing.
Oh,
Everybody, this is Rick. It's like,
troubleshooting.
yeah, he was saving us
Being
here.
the Kevin of the.
Tyler, everybody send emails to the Oasis RV Park and tell them that Tyler is the most awesome maintenance guy that they have here. Send it to Aaron. Aaron will know who he is. That'll be awesome.
Okay, so yeah, we're in Vegas because of work. It is what it is. But you know what? It's not a bad thing because we needed some heat and give us some time to actually go and visit some friends. And actually, these guys happen to be here. So sometimes things just work out. So I'm not complaining about it. It's just like, I guess the only complaint is that Paul has to get up every morning between 1 and 2 in the morning. Like this morning, he got up at 1 in the morning. And tonight or tomorrow, will be tomorrow, to 1 in the morning again. So it's like,
Unbelievable schedule.
that is a hard
Oh, it's
job
an
for
awesome,
sure.
awesome schedule.
He's not getting used to it. Like,
No, normally I flip. I flip to the schedule pretty easy. I haven't this time, and yeah, it's been a little bit brutal.
You
So-
do
But-
open a lot of your some of your YouTube videos with. It's a little early for us, and
Well,
then
yeah,
you'll say
yeah,
it's
yeah.
9 o'clock in the morning. So I
Yeah.
can imagine what 1 o'clock
Yeah.
must be.
no, here's the thing. Sometimes even Paul makes it even seem worse because it's like,
I
yeah,
wouldn't
it's
do
9
that.
o'clock in the morning, but that's after like we went to sleep at 2, 3 in the
Right.
morning. So it's like, well, yeah, it's like it's gonna sound very bad, but it's not that bad. I don't know. He always makes it seem worse than what it really is.
So, what we have any questions out there, guys? So we're gonna leave it open. What this is the Let's call this the Halloween edition.
That's true.
Halloween.
Wait,
yeah.
I'm gonna put on my Clark Kent costume.
Oh, Billy.
Look at that.
Billy Cabanas getting a new RV yet.
I'm hesitant. I like Freya.
We were still debating because coming back from Washington, we're like, yes, let's get a new RV. We're totally up for it. And now, even when we were talking the other night with these guys while we were having dinner, it was like, oh my god, we have put so much into Freya, from new awnings and the solar and all the stuff inside. You know, even the
Wow,
little
you-
details. It takes you time to do all that stuff.
Well,
And
you
it's
did a
like,
major
oh my
renovation
God.
when you first bought it, right? As far as the interior, the couch, and the getting rid of
Yeah,
the
I mean, the couch
ugliness.
there was new. Was because that was 2 years ago, but
the way you want it to be.
Yeah.
Having a nice new one, there's still things to do.
Right.
yeah, and that's the thing. It's like we know we get into a new one. There's still gonna be so many things that we're gonna need to do again.
Well,
because
we'll
now
never
we're
do a
gonna have to
new
refurbish it.
one.
No,
It'll
no,
be
no,
a
a
new
new to
used.
us.
New
yeah,
to you,
new to us.
right.
Yeah.
New to us.
We don't
RV.
buy new. That's
No,
a huge depreciation hit on a new RV. If any of you guys have bought new this year, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, it's
Or-
like with a car.
or you
as
can
soon
sell
as
it to
you
us.
drive it off the lot.
Yeah, or just we'll wait a couple of years and then we'll let them sell it to us. Oh, we're gonna splash this. Rick and I are gonna have this all over us. No,
There we go.
there we go.
I'm
Oh,
getting
Kevin and Laura are here. Vegan RV. Howdy from Portland.
Oh, you're the bomb, dude. We have power. We're
out.
saved.
Okay.
Thank
you.
you so much.
We are Aaron rocks.
Thank you.
The man.
So Kevin and Laura, they're from Portland. Like they are on the live. So thank you for supporting
Kevin.
guys, even from far away.
I miss you, Kevin.
John from Waterbury, Connecticut is here.
John, what's happening?
So
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I know that it's World Series tonight, but we're here to kill their ratings.
Doug looks like Oasis. It is Oasis. We touched base with you and he never
Yeah.
replied.
Is that Doug Dulac?
Doug D. I'm
Yeah,
assuming
Dougie
yes.
D. Dude, I sent you a message on Facebook. One of my employees is looking for a real estate agent, so touch base with me, man. Yeah, we're at Oasis. I didn't think you loved us anymore. What can I tell you?
Oh, Vegan RV. We're driving, but just wanted to pop in and say hi.
Where are you driving to?
I didn't know
I
they
thought you
were
guys were so
driving.
important. Are you guys pulling up out front?
I thought they were gonna stay there for a month
They've been there
in
before.
Portland.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna move in Portland. I thought they were just gonna stay there forever.
So much good food over there. It's just
Oh,
crazy.
food is great.
And so much is seen. Oh, well, you guys know. It's like so much hiking and all that. It's like you don't want to leave until it starts raining all the time. And it's like, okay, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just great.
Terrible video quality. So it's what somebody says.
Yeah, it's probably gonna suck.
So
Going low.
Joys of live through campground Wi-Fi. So let me see if my phone here. Oh no. If anybody knows anything about internet, here, check that out. You don't want us using our phone to go live. There you go. That's awesome. So we're using Wi-Fi here at the Oasis. So yeah, it probably sucks.
yeah, Rick and Amy pull in the dark. I like it. So
All
I'm
in the
gonna-
dark.
Yeah, I try to stay off into the dark, but
I'm hiding behind
you
the
should be
wine
sitting
bottle.
here because the sun's right in my face.
that's awesome. That's perfect.
Okay,
It'll
Steven,
highlight you though.
what's that?
I said if he's in the dark, he should be sitting here because the sun's
Oh,
right
no.
in my face.
I know. I'm
No.
sorry. You want to switch?
No, it's like I'm saying Paul should be here.
Illuminated.
He's one of the
And I'm
stars of
perfectly
the
happy
show.
that wine is sort of hiding me.
The lights are not my best friend. I look better in the dark.
There it is.
We all look better
Yeah.
in the dark after a
Yeah.
certain age.
Yeah.
Okay, Steven, are you still going to have a Las Vegas meetup next weekend?
Yes, we are. We're still trying to determine where we're going to do that. We're looking at Steiner's pub. We're trying to find something here on the kind of the south end of town close to Oasis. But yes, we are going to do something next Saturday between 2 and 4 p.m. So you just kind of watch for Facebook and we'll do a quick update video and talk about where we're going to do that.
Yes, whatever he said. I'm just trying to kind of like keep up with the chat. That sometimes it's just hard to kind of try to keep up with the chat and also have a conversation.
We still have some cool stuff coming up, guys. I've got a video that I wanted to get out today. It didn't happen. Sometime tomorrow.
Okay, Karen says, "Who is your guest?" I missed the first few minutes.
Oh.
So it's like, oh, introduce introduce them.
My mouth's full. No.
Here's Rick, and here is
Hello.
Barb. So it's like we met them in courtside. I was gonna say
Last
last
year.
year. No,
No,
it's
it's
this
this
year.
year.
this Jen.
Yeah.
Last
Jen.
courtside time, but it was this year. And
Longtime viewers
they
of
were,
ours.
Yeah, they were getting ready
Absolutely.
to full time, and now they're actually full timers. So we got together here in Vegas, and it's like, see, you make just friends on the road. It's like you just like meet people randomly, and then you just cross paths somewhere and just meet with them again. That's one of the cool things about RVing. I think like
It is really cool.
we see more like friends now on the road that I think when we're in Vegas, because here you're always so busy doing something or going
Right.
somewhere that sometimes you don't get to see people. Um, are you still planning on going to Mexico? TME Travel Ventures.
Yes, we are.
The plans are there.
The plans are there, but our plan is like we're going to Mexico, but we don't have exactly when we're going to go. It's going to be sometime early next year, but we're thinking about hitting
Yeah.
Quartzsite first and then going. Or unfortunately, everyone's going to freak out right now when I say this. We may not go to Quartzsite. We may go straight to Mexico. So we still haven't decided that yet.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
We don't know. So sorry.
Well, not sorry to me. It's like sorry to
No, not you.
everybody doesn't get to
Sorry
hang
to all you
out
guys. Oh,
because
don't
it's-
try to make me feel bad.
No, it's your fault. I mean, we can say it here in the
No.
open.
I think that was your plan. That was
No, the only thing I said about Quartzsite is like this year they're doing it very late in the year. Like the actual one that they do the 10th and all that is about like the end of January. So that leaves us like a very late departure to go, just start to go into Mexico, get all the way south to Cabos and look up. So at that point, it's going to get extremely hot down there too. So that's why we said, well, we want better weather. Maybe we go earlier in the year, but or we just kind of like somewhat take a peek to Baja, just go quick through it and just take a peek and that's it, and then come back out. So that's the part that we're hesitant about, still making it to Quartzsite and not making it to Quartzsite. So that's it. And
Cool.
Judy, what company did you buy from your RV from? So you have not told that story in quite some time.
Okay.
El Monte, basically.
El Monte RV is a rental company. We had not planned on buying a rental RV. We said we're not going to buy a rental RV. No way. They're beat to hell. Not going to happen. So we were looking at private RVs, and we were down in Quartzsite actually looking. And we came back and we were driving by El Monte, and we saw old Freya sitting there with a number on the window. I think it was 32,000, something like that. But we went, wow, that's interesting for that. Let's go check it out. And when we walked in, we were just like, man, this is cool. It checks off 80% of the boxes of the stuff we were looking for. And that's what we heard from everybody. If you can go in and find an RV that gets you 80% of what you're looking for, that's a home run, because 90%, 100% just does, but it's not going to have the dinette that you like. And if it's got the dinette you like, it doesn't have the couch that you want, so it checked off a lot of boxes. The main box that it checked off was, of course, huge closet space.
And I can vouch for that.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
so we saw this is pretty cool, and it was really inexpensive. It had huge mileage on it. We had 100,000 miles on it. As you guys know, I'm a pretty decent wrench, so I thought,
And they have
Not
all
gonna
the
have a-
records. Like they have this huge like thing
Right.
that they give us with all the maintenance records and everything from day one to till the end.
yeah.
So that's
And they
cool.
had replaced the floor, they had replaced the front seats, they had done a lot of upgrades already for us.
They
and because
fixed the
they-
slides, they replaced
Yeah.
it from windshields that were brand new. So
They
yeah.
give you a crazy warranty on the box for the first 30 days, anything you break. So of course we drove it off road, off cliffs, over the, through ditches, trying to break it the first 30 days. So they give you that. Plus they allow you to buy an extended warranty, which you just can't do. You probably can do that through a private owner sale, but it was easy through them. It was just so easy. They handled all of that stuff for us. So we just,
Alaska.
Hopefully
We
came
don't
back
have.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
are we there?
I don't know if we're there. So hopefully we came back on.
Yes, yes, it's here in the live transmission. Yeah, we're back. Here because- So let us know if you.
What's funny is it's there's no so is it showing my well I
Like
guess
Nancy said, I hope this doesn't mean it's the end. Like no, we're here.
But Paul, to add to what you were saying about Freya and what you were, what you were looking for and what it delivered to you, I think time has proven you made a really good decision. Because look at all the driving you've done. You've been all over
yeah
U.S. and Canada. It seems like
yeah
it's
It's
for the most
performed.
part been.
yeah touch fake we we've the only major about a replace the throttle body, which on a V10 motor you expect some repair. Last couple of weeks that I think was I really think the cause was all of the dirt roads that we were on. The dirt just got in the pads and just ate the pads to shreds. I really believe that's what happened. I don't know that for sure because they looked great in Seattle when we left to go up there, and they literally straight out.
Before we actually left to Alaska, when we were in Seattle, he did like a whole checkup of the area. You're making sure, right, if anything needs to be fixed, that we were on the lower 48. So yeah, he knows that the pads and everything, it was all right. So it was once we got out there, somehow that happened. But you know what? Like he said, it's like he's so handy. He was able to fix it, no problem, while we were out there. So that was like, that's a nice thing about having a handy person. It's like you have yours
Oh,
too.
yeah,
It's
I
like
do
you have yours
too.
too. So. And Ken and Joe's excellent adventure. Hey guys, what's happening? You got back from the smoke. You just got back from the Smokies. This is so much better than the World Series. Oh yeah, the World Series is today. It's like, where are you guys going in the spring? We'll love to. We'll love to, and that's it. It cut out there. So I must. We'll love
Meet
to
up.
meet somewhere.
That might have been when we cut out. Who knows? The spring is way too far beyond where our brains can plan. So we know we're going to Cabo San Lucas, or that's the plan. Again, Mexico. The spring, we're coming back from Mexico. Like that's really all we know. And so once we hit the U.S. again, then we'll figure that out. But I know that sounds weird. We really don't know. Like we just don't plan that
We
far ahead.
literally don't know. It's like right now there's so many plans going through our head that who knows at the end of the day what are we gonna choose. So
Yeah,
we'll see. I guess
maybe we'll get a boat.
It will be a surprise for all of us. What we do in spring.
We didn't even know you were going to be here until last week. I think.
We had no plan to be here until last week. So
Yeah, and
So
our
that's how
son
quickly
ended
it
up being
changed.
here on a conference. We had lunch with him earlier in the week. It was like just happenstance.
Just happened now.
Yep.
The bad thing about being that spontaneous, sometimes you cannot get into places.
Right.
Right.
We tried to get into 1,000 Trails here in Las Vegas, and we couldn't get in.
Well, that's because they booked a
Because
spot.
They took our spot.
Yeah, they took the spot before we could get into it.
Okay, Nancy McIntyre, are you going to expand your business and open in Wynns new casino in Everett, Massachusetts? They actually already have a different vendor there because they actually touch base with us
Yeah.
To talk about a few stuff, but they already have a different vendor there.
Yeah, they talked to us about what we use, how we do it. We talked about maybe going there to do some training, but that's not something I'm interested in.
Yeah, it's like after all the problems we have been having, I think like we're like
Well-
now expanding. I'm not sure about that.
Casinos are 24/7, 360, and they have so to be there at 3:00 in the morning. They will call me at midnight or call. Hey, we were, and you're like, business to maintain that level that they do. Are we back, Lori?
But
We're getting a picture.
We got a picture. Are we back?
Not yet, but there's a delay, so maybe.
Yeah. This is so sorry, guys, but this is just hideous. But I don't know.
Oh, we're live. I can see your faces.
Yeah. Guys, I am so sorry. This was horribly planned. Oh, imagine that.
Well, it's not a horrible plan. I mean, we literally had 3 hotspots. We have a Wi-Fi connection, and none of them are working. So it's like, right now we are actually on Rick's hotspot, right?
No, we're
No.
back on this phone
We're
now.
back.
We're
So-
back on this phone, so don't turn that off.
Okay, I'm not turning anything off.
I'm getting good service.
If we could get your iPhone to work so that you don't have to use my
Somebody
phone.
says, is this some kind of sick joke? Just
Of
like-
course it is. It's TME. You know everything's a sick joke with us.
we apologize, guys, but we're here. We're back. So if you have any questions that we can answer before the connection gets cut
Guys
off,
again.
let us know in capital so I can actually
Who
read
knew
them
this
pretty
would be a
quick.
cliffhanger
Yeah,
edition?
it's just
Somebody
horrible.
said it was they were confused about if we got an RV or not, a new RV or not.
No.
No, so the answer
Yeah,
is no.
the answer is no.
We're still thinking about it, but we're still not sure about it. So it's like always. I mean, we never really give definites. It's like we're always like maybe yes, maybe not. Who knows?
Well,
I
I
know,
mean, that's
if-
the thing
if-
about
if-
this lifestyle. You have to be flexible.
Mm-hmm.
If I were asking a question, I would say, well, why? What are you looking for? Why would you be considering a different one over what you have, even if you're just considering it? I mean, what is
Well,
out there? that
Shiny
looks-
ball syndrome. Like we drove in here the other day and there's like a line of Prevost Millennium Falcon.
Not joking. There's probably 20 of them.
Oh, there's a beautiful one right out
Right,
One.
because
There was 20.
Liberty Coach was doing some
One
kind of
after
crazy
another.
RV show here, and I'm just drooling and
I started looking
like-
at used ones too.
yeah. And then
So
people
let's
were
see how
looking as
I
we're
go
driving
with
in, so I was kind of hiding behind Freya, like going, "Oh man!" So every time we see something brand new and shiny, we're like, "Maybe we should get something." Got our coach all painted. We really feel bad about her.
Yeah, but
Beautiful.
we
They
still
all-
have holiness, around the wind.
What is
Right.
that?
Our coach has 135,000 miles. Point things are gonna start breaking. I feel like, but Paul says no. Like he has give so much maintenance to it.
Well,
Like he says, it doesn't justify buying a new one. Full door.
Open your
this
phone,
other-
will you?
This
See if we
other I like so.
Yeah,
that's-
so that's kind of it. I mean, we're just shine. And then, that does everything we need it to do. Just, I don't know, everything think something different.
What's happened?
yeah,
Let's play.
I think
We just missed the smartest thing I'll ever said. So probably.
So I think intelligent things while you guys were in the black.
It's pulling again.
Yeah, it's just not
Yep.
good.
Oh no! He's like, don't go away.
Okay, here.
So I will say, since this connection is a little bit bad, probably we should just talk about what's happening and all that stuff, and not answer questions because
Well,
seems to
hopefully,
be like.
on. I asked you if those were on. Not the Bluetooth that we want.
Well,
That's why it wasn't working well. You can't have the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on. So we're back in now, and this should be good now.
famous last words.
Famous last words, yes. So we should be good.
So yeah, it's not showing video here.
When it comes back on, we should all laugh really loud, like something good happened.
Like you told a really
Yeah, like
funny
we told a
joke.
really funny joke and said something really smart. Okay, hopefully we don't have it fixed, but guys, this sucks. If I were you guys, I'd go watch the World Series. Well, I wouldn't do that because baseball.
Yeah, who cares, baseball?
Yeah, but I wouldn't hang out here if I were you guys. I'd go home if I were you.
Although
Just
some people
go do something.
some people just switch it to the World Series. Actually,
Yeah,
they're
I
like,
would.
it's
I would.
tripping a lot. Catch up on the next
Yeah,
one.
absolutely. I would if I were you.
Vicky Johnson said, "Paul, can a 60-year-old lady truck driver hook up a tow vehicle by themselves?"
Yep, absolutely.
Why not?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whether you're towing four down easily, and if you're on a tow dolly, absolutely, you can learn how to do it. I hook up the car all the time by myself. Lori could if I showed her. She just has no desire to do that.
I should probably try more just to know. I mean,
Yeah,
just so I
just to
can say I can do it, and if I ever
Right.
need to do it.
And I
I
know
can do it.
both Kevin and Laura can hook up their vehicle. So yeah, I don't think it's a problem at all.
Yeah, no problem at all. It's like again, somebody what I'm drinking a wine that
Okay.
viewers gave us
Yeah.
in Indianapolis.
This is a special edition Peyton Manning wine. He finishes a illustrious 18-year NFL career, ranked in the top 5 in league history. So it was given to us by Danielle and Seth Richardson out of Indianapolis when we were there. So again, thanks to them.
Are you still in Hawaii? No, we're not in Hawaii. We're in Las Vegas.
We are in Las Vegas. We got back from Hawaii and immediately jumped in Old Freya in Seattle and made a 3-day run down here to Las Vegas.
Okay. So hopefully now the picture is clear. It's not gonna go away. It's like people are saying it's like picture is clear. So it's like let's not jinx it.
I'll hold my breath a little longer.
Man, oh man.
Nobody moves.
Nobody moved. How much phone is left?
I don't know.
Oh, we got 42% phone. We're good there. We're
Yeah.
plugged into power. Yeah.
Anyway.
Cool. Well, thank you for those of you who hung in with us. I know that
for
stuff
the
is aggravating,
patience.
having the patience to do that, but
It's aggravating
What
for
else?
us too.
yeah, it's aggravating
It's
for
like-
me. But no, well, we'll sit here and eat
Well,
vegetables. We don't care.
We just started to talk about Hawaii, and I think that's one of the other questions we had. You know,
Okay.
a little bit about your Hawaii trip would be neat.
It
Because
was.
we couldn't see that little bit that you put on.
I know another place with horrible connection, right?
The phone wouldn't let us turn it this way. It wanted it up this way.
No. The second time, that was the first time, but the second time is when we have a bad connection.
Oh,
but
yeah.
we didn't know.
Yeah.
Like we were like we could
You
see
faded
ourselves.
in and out, right?
Yeah, we could see ourselves
Yeah.
very clearly. So we were like just talking like nothing.
No,
And when we see the rewatch, we start like viewing all the comments, and people are we couldn't see anything.
right.
And it sounded, somebody said it sounded like we were quitting RVing. And
Yeah, we're not
Oh,
quitting
no.
RVing, that's for sure.
we're like, what?
Yeah.
No.
My the reason we went to Hawaii, my son lives in Hawaii. We haven't been over there for 2 years, and he visited us in El Paso last year for Christmas. But we popped over there quick, and yeah, that's when the business was starting to go topsy turvy. So the first 4 or 5 days was me spent on the phone in a hotel room, and then we got out a couple of days with my son before, and he lives on Oahu in Waikiki. And then we went and did 4 days on the Big Island, which we had never done before, and it was amazing. It was really cool.
Everybody talked about the Big Island, so we were like, might as well go and check it out, right? See if what's the hype. And it was very pretty. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll still say Maui's our favorite, but all our stay there, it was one thing after another. Since we got there, like day one, it's like, and there's problems with the business. Paul has to be on the phone all the time. He has to be on the computer all the time. And he's like, and I was like, well, you know what? I'm working. Well, he's working.
And we're in paradise.
And
What the
one
heck?
day became 2 days, and then 3 days, like literally 4 days in. And we were only there for 6 days. We were like, well, we need to get out of this condo at some point. We're here. So we will only go out for dinner because it's not like we were eating. We have like all the grocery shopping done, right? So we actually will go out for dinner and all that. And then one night we went out hiking.
At 4:30 at night.
4:30 at night, we were like, because we needed to get out, right? And I got bitten by mosquitoes like so bad, like all my legs were just chewed up.
She looked like she had some kind of weird rash.
Yeah,
And so then she
it
wouldn't
was
wear a
so
bathing suit
bad.
after that.
Or shorts. It's
Or
like,
shorts.
it was like 85 degrees humidity, and I'm like, I'm not wearing shorts. It's like it looked that bad. Because it's like you're in the coast, you don't feel the mosquitoes. But then when we went up hiking into the mountains, it's like, and it's just full of mosquitoes. And I never thought about that. But
Oh,
and Paul,
Well, we think they were mosquitoes. I mean, we were coming back in the dark. We were literally like crawling through trees and stuff because we're out in this rainforest.
with
And
our
my
phone
son had never
flashlights.
been in that part of the rainforest before, and so yeah, we're using our phones as flashlights, hiking out of this place in the dark, which wasn't smart, but it was fun still.
It was fun, and then after that, it's when we move into the Big Island. I mean, we tried to do the best with the time we had in Wahoo, and we were like, okay, we're working hard so we can enjoy our time in the Big Island. And then we get there and we checked in, and the next morning, our
Well,
exploring
you gotta
day.
wait. You got before that.
What?
When we got to the
What
Big
am I-
Island, we discovered that the 2018 World Championship
Oh yeah, Ironman.
Ironman was happening in this little tiny town.
So
that we
where
were
our
staying in.
hotel
There's
is.
thousands of bikers and joggers and
So talking about feeling self-conscious that everybody, I mean, Ironman people, right? Like they're like
they're all super
you
fit.
can
and just,
see every muscle in their body. It's like it's just pretty amazing.
so it was hard to hold my breath for 4 days, like like just walking around like this, going yeah.
It's like, where's my cruise ship people? I need them.
Yeah. Where are the people off the cruise ship? Bring them in.
So,
The people that just ran through the buffet.
so we check in, and then the next day in the morning, like it's like still like 7:30 in the morning, something like that. I'm still kind of like half asleep in bed, and I hear like the bathroom, like a flushing, and then kind of like water pouring out. I'm like, is it Paul showering? Like probably he used the bathroom, now he's showering, and then I start hearing like blah 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 blah. And I just go running and I see, and there's water coming out of the toilet. And I just go running with Paul, and he's like, Paul, you have to come and see this. He had his earphone. Well,
I was editing.
he was editing, so he comes back running, and he's like, call front desk, and he's like,
The toilet lid was literally talking. It was coming out so hard that it was going "Roar, roar, roar, roar," and sewage just pouring out of that. And I'm like, oh, that's not good. And I turn around, and the shower is one of those ones that's level with the floor. It's
it was
pouring this high out of the shower like this funnel
just
of
like a
poop
fountain.
and sewage and bubbling out and then like pouring down the hallway of the condo. So I immediately grabbed towels and went running down and stuffed the towels along the door so it didn't go in the
doesn't run.
bedroom.
Yeah.
And then all that did was create the stream just keep going down towards the living room where there's all this wood furniture and stuff.
Luckily, it's like, you know how it has all these open areas. So you have these like open sliders where we're able to walk from the bedroom straight into the living room, avoiding the hole where all the sewage was going. Otherwise, it would have been a nightmare.
And I put another dam of towels in front of the living room, and then it just backed up towards the door and was kind of heading out the door. By the time the guys got there, they walked in, and the guy's like, oh shit. I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I said exactly that. And they come in and they wound up moving us out to a really nice, 2-bedroom suite, and it was cool. But that's how it started there. So pretty fun.
So
Boy, you've
unfair.
had your misfortunes with floods recently.
Yeah,
You get
misfortune.
back here and you have your storage unit.
Yes, and our storage unit
Oh,
flooded back here.
That was what, 2 days ago?
Yeah,
Or
2 days ago, the storage unit calls us. Luckily, we're here. Hey, you may have some water in your storage unit. May have. It's like, yeah, the whole thing is flooded.
I didn't do anything. Like, okay, this is a car for the insurance.
Here's the mop.
That's it. I was like, what? It's like-
So, yeah,
So-
water hasn't been our friend lately.
So yeah, it was a very eventful Hawaiian experience. It's like somebody said actually they live in Hawaii for 3 years, and everybody, you guys don't know. I don't think it's something really I have said too much, but when
No, you say it all the time.
Paul asked me if I want to go RV living, I was like, oh heck no, I'm not doing that. And then I started being open about it, right? After seeing the Wynns for so long, and then I told him I'm gonna do something I said I will not do, like RV living. If you do something that you said you will never do, and that's living in Hawaii. So our deal.
I just said
was-
on an island. It wasn't necessarily Hawaii. I was
Yeah,
averse
on an
to
island.
just islands.
So the deal was like 1 year in the RV, and then we were gonna be 1 year in Hawaii. Now we're going to 2 full years, and we don't know when to stop. But he still owes me the Hawaii part of
Oh.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
it. So eventually
get to it.
we will get to
Yeah.
it.
But with all these floods, you might think about
Wink,
going
wink.
inland.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Well, are in the buildings, though, not so much everywhere else.
All right, what else? We keep talking.
Sorry. Jeez.
Get off
It's
the
like-
island talk.
Any fun day trips
getting
while you're
nervous?
here in Vegas?
Any what?
Fun trips, day trips while we're here in Vegas.
Well, so far we've been here 7 days, and I've worked 7 days. So no, not yet. But I mean, we're gonna try to slip in some fun while we're here. We did have dinner with these guys the other night. Barb was gracious enough to make us a vegetarian meal, so that was awesome.
It was
But no, we really don't have any fun stuff planned for here. This is really taking care of business, as the
Work
song
time.
says, as the BTO song says. Work time, get that solid. Make sure that my crew is taken care of first. That's really important to me. And as long as they're taken care of, then and only then will we go and do some other stuff. But that's got to be taken care of.
Yeah, no. The only place I want to hit this winter is Sedona. Like, I love Sedona.
Oh,
Beautiful.
yeah.
So I want to really take some time there and just go hiking all over Sedona. So last year
Yes.
we did, well, I guess it was early this year. We did just like a little bit of it, but it was not nearly enough time.
Same with us. We
Yeah.
barely touched it. It's beautiful.
But we were talking the other day how sometimes you go to places and you just cannot see it all. You cannot do
No,
everything.
no.
Otherwise, you will stay for months in one place. So sometimes you just have to say, I'm going for this amount of time. I'm going to see as much as I can and
Touch
move
the
on.
surface.
Yeah, move
And
on.
then someday come back.
It's like come back and do the rest.
Right.
Well, we keep trying to extend our stay here. 'Cause we were supposed to leave days ago.
Wednesday morning
But we
initially.
keep staying on for various things, and the longer we stay, the kind of just like you said, you get deeper into it.
Yeah.
And like we just checked off one of our bucket list things today. Now this
Oh,
is
right.
a biggie.
What'd you do?
What was it?
We had our first Vegas buffet.
Oh, a buffet.
Which
Nice.
is why I'm not even having it
Right.
because
We-
I'm so
We
full.
went to Boulder Station.
Oh.
They had a great deal
11
on their-
o'clock.
their-
So that was going to
their-
be the one meal for
their
the day.
breakfast
Oh,
buffet, which
very
rolls
smart.
right into the lunch buffet.
Right.
So we were there
Right.
literally at 10:55,
Right.
paying the breakfast price. So then we get the breakfast and the
And the
lunch.
Right.
And we stuffed ourselves.
And
which
you
Till
is
just-
why we're not-
12:30.
So
why
you
we're
just
not
stayed there from
touching-
10:30 till 2:30 and then came over here?
But that was, believe it or not, that's something we've never done. And it was actually a good deal. A lot of the hotel buffets,
Oh, they're crazy
they
now.
cost a fortune.
Yeah, they're 50,
This
60
was
bucks, some of them now.
$7.99, and I mean, and the food was good.
$7.99.
Well,
Wow.
we
Well-
found out after we got in line and read the very fine print, the big letters, $7.99.
If
No,
you're a,
$6.99.
if you're a,
have a player's
if you're
card.
a player's card, yeah.
And so the guy behind us said, well, just run over to the desk and
And
they'll
get
sign
a
you
player.
up real fast. I went over there, showed him my ID, and they go, well, you've been here since 2009. I'll just print you another card. Within 12 seconds, they gave me a new card. I mean, if the government was a tenth as efficient, it would be amazing.
Yeah,
The hotel
right.
kept me in their system,
Yeah,
gave
they-
me a whole
Since
new card. I
2009.
went back in
Absolutely. They
line.
want your money, baby.
We got the discount price.
Nice.
Right
Nice.
through the
And
system.
we just
And you had your Jimmy Buffett
It was
and away you went.
It was a good,
oh, God.
like they say in England, it's a buffet.
Yes.
We have someone from UK here. That, by the way, that person asked, "What the hell is the World Series?" He's from the UK. He doesn't
Exactly.
know.
Is that Aid Collins?
I don't know.
If that's Aid, yeah, exactly. What's the World Series?
Well,
All the
it's
baseball people
baseball,
are
right?
hanging up right now. Yeah, it's baseball.
And who is playing? Like, who is in the?
I know
final?
this for once.
Do you know who's in the World Series?
LA Dodgers.
Oh, he was going to ask that.
No.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, no other team other than teams from the U.S. are in the World Series.
Right.
Ever.
Oh, that's true. I
Right,
never
which makes
thought
it
about
crazy.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's really not the
It-
world.
it's not the American Series. It's the
The US Series.
It's
U.S.
US,
Series. It's the
right.
World Series.
So LA
So,
Dodgers
LA
and
Dodgers?
Boston Red Sox.
Really?
Oh wow.
Cool.
Now I have lived in Boston before, but then of course we come from Southern California, so
That's a tough one. Yeah.
I really don't care. But
Yeah, I just always pick a team. Like, I'm not a sports person, but even like on
Exactly.
Super Bowl, we will go out like
Oh,
to a
you got that.
party with
We'll do
friends.
Super Bowl.
So I will go and see who everybody was like fan of, and I will go against them. So just to create that like friction a little bit, and we'll
oh
be
yeah, you
just
gotta
like
make
cheering.
it. You gotta. It's just
Pretty
like,
much the same thing she does with me every day.
Yeah,
Finds
whatever.
out what I want to do, and then she just wants
We
to
go
do the opposite.
shopping, honey. You like the red or the blue one? He's like, I like the red. No, I think it's gonna be the blue. Thank you.
Pretty much every time.
That's how it is, honey. You know me already.
Yeah.
So my
But yeah, we're not big sports fans.
no.
no, and we had two boys before we had a girl, and they weren't big on sports.
Well, I actually stayed and watched most of last night's World Series
Oh,
game.
to the
We heard it was
18
crazy. We heard it was a good
18
It was
game.
the
innings.
longest
Oh,
ever.
18 innings. That's
18
crazy.
innings.
That's a lot of boredom,
I
18
suppose
innings.
if you're a real technical baseball diehard fan, it's okay to watch it, but there's nothing more boring than watching a no-hitter. Just
Oh,
go
God.
on and on, inning after
But wait a
inning.
minute. Is 0-0 up until
It was
18?
two- 2-2,
was
and then it
2-2,
went
and then
on
it just kept
At
going
the
at
ninth,
2-2,
and it
2-2.
just went on.
and they just, it's great if you're into pitching expertise, and they had some good field plays,
Oh yeah.
but it's kind of boring. I mean,
Right.
nothing happens in baseball until they hit the ball. So,
Right.
When we
Right.
went to Chicago I went there for the first time, and I was like, I have to go to Wrigley Field. I mean, it's one of the things to
you
go
gotta-
there, right? So I bought tickets. I bought my T-shirt, and we won the Cubs T-shirt. I went in. We lasted there. What?
3-4 innings.
That was it. We were like, okay, been there, done this. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well,
we
I
don't have
mean-
the patience because I think we're not educated about it. So it's not like you said, like people will know what they're looking for in a sport. Like I don't know.
Yeah, and we can say nasty things about baseball right now because everybody who likes baseball is already.
It's not.
Yeah, they're already
right,
watching the
they-
World Series.
No,
by
and,
now,
and
yeah.
I mean, I've seen the Yankees play because my brother was a Yankee fan. I grew up in New Jersey. We lived in Atlanta. We went to Atlanta Braves game, and we lived in Baltimore, so we saw the Baltimore
Yeah.
Oh,
Orioles.
you have lived everywhere.
All
Oh, yeah.
boring games.
Yeah.
No, except in Baltimore, because
Oh, that's true.
we were able to take advantage
Oh,
of corporate
right.
seats. We were on the 11th row back on the third base side, so you're actually close enough to see the players. and
Oh,
they
yeah,
look
yeah,
like
yeah.
I
computers
saw-
there.
They don't just look like a bunch of stick figures
They
running
come
around.
out
the
and
field.
it's like,
And when you
that's
can,
cool.
you can
I'm not
actually
kidding.
get up close and hear and see it. It
Yeah, it's a
really
little
helps.
bit. That
A
was
lot
interesting.
Being
But-
live is always better at professional
Yeah.
sports.
I felt so bad the other night. Like we went out to Manila Bay to have dinner with somebody, and then there's this memorabilia store where they bring very famous people to do signings and all that. And there was this like banners and all that, and the people inside, like really nobody was inside. And
there was
this,
nobody in there.
and this guy was kind of like, come in. Looking at the banner, I told Paul, even I feel bad now going, I don't even know who that person is.
And I said, that's Pete Rose, probably one of the greatest
Oh!
catchers who ever lived. Cincinnati Reds player. I knew that. She's just like, I feel
Now-
so sorry for him.
I know. I felt
There was nobody
bad.
in there, yeah,
Oh,
and he was
so
in
you don't
signing
know.
stuff.
I do know the name Pete Rose.
Yeah.
See, I don't know.
Yep.
It's like Vicky said, Cliff likes having you working those 7 days.
Yeah, I bet. Thanks, Cliff. I really don't think you should like that.
Somebody, James is like, what's the best hotel in Vegas? I'm coming there July 7th.
Man,
It's
that's
like
such a
19.
subjective
Yes,
thing. I
because
mean,
everybody
they're-
has different themes. So I think
Yeah.
it's based on themes what you like.
yeah. If you like pirates, you go to Treasure Island. If you like Italian stuff, you go to Venetian.
My personal favorites is Venetian because I love the gondolas and the channels and some how you call it, some Art Square and all that. They have
Mhm.
singers there, so that's what I like, the Venetian. And I would say the Wynn. Like I love the Wynn.
The Wynn's amazing, but again, you're looking at still this time of year, $350, $400 a night room rates.
But the Bellagio.
Bellagio's beautiful as well. I mean, come on, it's awesome.
We stayed in the
Paris.
Mirage like how many years ago?
Yeah.
But
Mirage
anyway,
is
we just,
awesome.
but I guess the answer is there's a lot of good hotels in
Oh
Vegas.
yeah,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
so many.
Right.
And like we were at Boulder Station, which is not on the strip, it's on the other side, but it's a nice place.
Yeah, it's a nice place.
It's
And
more
they were
like a local
advertising
casino.
rooms at $28 a night. Now maybe
Yeah.
it's kind of off season, I don't know.
Right.
But there's a
What
lot
you
of
gotta-
deals.
Yeah, there's
What
a
you got to
lot.
watch in Las Vegas is the resort fee, which I still don't
Oh.
understand and
Oh,
drives me
yeah.
crazy.
Drives me
Like the
crazy.
last time I was here, I did what's on these. We do these express deals a lot where you don't know what hotel you're going. They're going, hey, hotel that's normally $150 for $40, and you go, okay, and you just say, take it, and then it says we selected this hotel for you, and just put you there. So I
We
got
have
the.
stayed so many times at the Newport Hyatt for $60.
It was
and
awesome,
And they have put us on villas.
and they have
like
no
all them on the
no resort fee.
Yeah.
But the last time I was here, they put me at the SLS, and I was like, that's pretty awesome for $40 a night. But then when you get there, it's $40 a night resort fee. So it's actually $80 a night, which is still a good deal for the
ridiculous.
hotels that are here.
Crazy.
But it's like this. Well, I thought you were going to pay this, but no, it's going to be this.
And
Like,
some of them charge parking too.
Oh, right.
and then some of them are
So
even charging
that's
for
still
parking now.
Another added expense.
But as far as what hotel is the best, that is so subjective, dude. You can stay in clown places, you can stay in pirate places, you can stay in
Yeah.
Egypt
It's whatever
places, you can
like,
stay
yeah.
Well,
Most-
once you get to the strip, you can walk
Yeah, you
around
can
to
go to
all those places.
all the places.
And you'll actually spend very little time in your hotel,
Hotel
because
room.
you're out seeing everything
Mhm.
else.
Yeah.
Even if
Yeah.
you grab a cheap one, all of them have so good customer service anyway, and they're clean and they're updated. So doesn't
Yeah.
matter what you pick. Pamela Royer says, "Oh my gosh, we're late. Good thing you're late.
Good thing you're
Pam."
late. You came in at the right time because it was a disaster the first hour. First half hour was
It's like our first videos, honey. We did in YouTube.
yeah. Very
It's a
much.
little bit like that.
Some technical difficulties, but we think we've got it now. We've been seeming to be up now for half hour or so, so it's good. Hi, Pam. Hi, Jim.
Actually, she says it's like those new RV owners, so much to do. We took out all the furniture today, so they got a new RV.
Pam and Jim just bought a GMC. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. A 1971, one of those crazy cool looking ones with the dual axle. We talked about those the other night.
GMC motorhome.
The
What
GMC
one
motorhomes.
Does your brother have?
Yeah,
The couple that
yeah.
I told you in Seattle, it's them, and they bought one, and it's pretty cool looking. And I'm sure Jim's gonna hot rod it out and
Make it super
make it
badass.
really badass. Yeah, that's cool.
Lance is actually here in the chat.
Hey, Lance.
From the Philippines.
Lance and Evelyn.
From the
Hey,
Philippines.
from the Philippines.
So that's awesome.
That's crazy.
Chris Belfalo says, did he say he had his first gym with Buffett?
Chris, what's happening, dude? What's going
I
on?
used to work for a British company, so
Yeah.
that's how they pronounce
Yeah,
buffet.
the buffet.
Yeah,
It's
Buffett.
buffet.
Or the other people. Some people say buffet. Say the buffet. But yes.
See, I'm liking Chris more and more. TME is my World Series.
Oh, Chris. Do we have to pay you for that?
We're sending you a sticker.
Yeah, some stickers.
It's like, what about the Toronto Blue Jays? See, it's not only US.
I have.
There's also Canada.
It's Canada, right? So it's the North American series. Yes,
Right, that's
Blue
true.
Jays. Yep, they're there. There's a couple of Montreal. Does Montreal still have a team? Expos? Montreal Expos still around?
Probably,
I think so.
I don't know. They don't have too many teams in Canada for baseball.
You look at me like if I know.
Yeah.
I just told you I don't know a famous person that was signing.
Let's talk
stuff.
hockey, Lorena. Do you know?
I would assume they have more hockey teams.
They have more hockey teams. Yes, they do have a lot of hockey teams in the NHL.
Okay, Judy Payne, have you been to the Albuquerque Balloon Festival or plans to go?
We have not. It's on our bucket list.
For
It's-
sure, bucket
It should be
list.
on everybody. If you're an RVer, it's probably on your bucket list. It's
Yeah, it's on
going to be
ours.
so cool. I know that Les Junk and them were just there, but or it's going on right now. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know
They
it's
were-
been really
It
about
is
this
on
time of year.
maybe
Yeah,
over, I
and,
don't
and
know.
they were going to it this year
Yeah.
again. Yeah.
What else?
So we're coming there, bud. Paul, are you new to married life? From Mark.
I'm a veteran, Mark.
I know what that meant.
Well, new to married. Like, have I been married before? Basically, he's saying, has a woman ever put up with you before this? Yes.
No, the answer is no. That's why I'm here.
What's that?
They have not put up with you. so-
Oh, obviously they didn't put up with me. No, Lorena is my second time around, and Lorena and I have now been together for 12 years, married for 11,
Right.
and
Going
it's
to 12 in March. already.
yeah, and it's been really amazing, and
Yeah.
and I'm not going to talk about it because I get teary eyed. But no,
Aw.
she's been amazing for me. I've been married once before for a year and a half. That was a fail. But my daughter Allie, that you guys saw in
Right.
Grand Canyon last year, was a result of that, which is absolutely amazing. And then I had other relationships and stuff. We don't want to get. Why are we? No, we don't want to talk about that stuff. But I have a son, Sean, as well, who's 24 and lives in Hawaii from a different relationship. And Lori still puts up with me. Yeah,
And I'm here for the long.
I'm a mess,
The long
guys.
shot.
You guys know that I'm a mess.
We all have our things, so who are we kidding?
Yeah.
Our burdens that we
Yeah, our burdens that we carry. I'm a pain in the ass.
There was
There's no
this
doubt
one
about
show
that.
that I saw, like they talk about like how literally everybody has some sort of baggage, and it's like it's just different stuff, right?
Different
but
stuff.
everybody has.
Everybody.
Baggage,
Oh, everybody's
so
got
it's
their
like-
skeletons and their baggage. Absolutely. If you say you don't, then you're a liar.
Chris Belfalo, best place to stay in Vegas, Pulse RV, of course.
Woo
Don't promote that. Don't promote that.
We got a deal. Only $275 a night
And resort fees.
plus resort fee.
and parking.
And parking.
Yeah, and parking.
Did you decide whether to stay with Thousand Trails?
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, they are members of Thousand Trails too. And we were talking the other night about like once you make it clear in your mind that the RV parks themselves are not that well run, that there's a lot of stuff to need to be improved or
Maintained,
updated.
Updated.
So it's like once you make that mind transition, it's a great value. I mean, you just can't beat the value of Thousand Trails as a full timer. And it's a place that you can stay with full hookups, sometimes even just partial hookups, but they will have dump stations. They have pools, they have hot tubs. I mean, they have so much stuff to offer for the price. So it's like, I think this year we pay, like we're in the very basic membership. And so it was like 700, 750, something like that. And we have used it at this point to a point that we're averaging about $15 a night.
And we're at like $9 something.
See
We're
that?
all the times.
If you use it right, $9 a night is your average right now.
I mean, you can't beat it
You can't be that full hookups for the most part.
for the most part.
For the most part.
Oftentimes not sewer,
Right.
but they always have dump stations.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, especially when you've got an RV you love, so you don't have, and like you mentioned, the bathrooms are clean.
Right.
They're just
Mhm.
really outdated and that kind
Right.
of thing. But
Right.
it is what it is.
Exactly. And here's the thing too, is like some of them are very out of the way.
Mm.
So
They're normally not the most handy to major
sometimes
attractions
we
or cities.
choose not to stay on those ones, and we will stay on different ones or boondock or something. So our purpose was not use all of them or just jump from one to another one. And I guess that's why we didn't buy the bigger membership. We didn't care really about going from park to park to park. It's like you just choose where you go, but try to be smart about using them so you can get your value out of it, and that's it.
Yeah.
Some people really hate them. Some people really love them. So
I
It's
mean,
up to everybody.
they tend to be out of the way. But on the other hand, when we went to Yosemite, where we stayed in Yosemite Lakes, it was 6 miles from the entrance. Now you still have to
Right.
drive a bit. So
Right.
that was
It's
very
good.
convenient.
And actually, this one here is not the biggest park, but it's a really good location
Oh
for
yeah.
visiting Vegas.
The location is good. The park is just
Yeah. I mean,
the little rundown.
But the one thing they all have in common is the staff in every
The
single
staff.
one that we've been to.
The staff is always good.
They're,
Yeah.
they're
Always good.
awesome. They
Yeah.
always
they're
try to
friendly.
help.
They're helpful.
I have to say, the one in Nevada, here in Las Vegas, now it has been improved a lot. Like the
okay.
pool area, the
Nice
furniture
pool.
they have, and all that stuff. It's like when we first bought Thousand Trails, and that was when we first got the RV, so we could go out and go to these places, right? We, without even going and seeing the places, we bought the membership because we knew a lot of people have them. And then we went to the one in Vegas just to check it out, like just drive by.
Oh,
And we're like, oh my God, what have we done? Because literally from the entire parks that we have been, I think
Yeah.
that is the worst one of them all.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, and we went to the patio area, and all the furniture, it was the one that has like little strings, and they were all broken and falling.
Yeah, it
You
was
couldn't even
horrible.
sit on the chairs. So now they have actually like done a good job, a great job actually cleaning it up and
Pool
doing
area
it
is really
better.
nice there now.
It is
Yeah.
now, yeah.
but it does seem one universal is their picnic tables like look
Oh yeah.
rejects.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like really.
Yeah. Yeah.
You,
picnic
you're going
tables.
to get a splinter if you even get within a foot of them.
Yes, exactly. And you know the show Cops, bad boys, what you going to do? Filmed on location in Las Vegas, you'll probably see the sign for Thousand Trails in that
Oh,
opening because it's like in that kind of a
Constant.
neighborhood.
Constant sign.
Siren,
Isn't
right?
it crazy?
Right?
Oh, gosh.
It is nuts, isn't it?
At some point, I thought
between the
And the
planes
helicopter.
overhead and
at some point I thought there was
helicopters.
a fire station right next to Thousand Trails, and thinking maybe they're stationed there, and that's why you hear them all the time. But no,
It is constant. It is crazy. Where we lived in Henderson, we said we lived up there for 6 years, never heard a siren. And we went and stayed one night over there. We're like, what is going on?
Earplugs really
Yeah.
help.
We're like, oh no, the apocalypse is coming. All those sirens. Woo, woo, woo.
With that being said,
Anyways.
once you're inside,
Yeah, once you're inside, it's
What?
all right.
Yeah.
once you lock your door in your RV, you're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and thank God when we had you over, that someone on the next site had left, so it
Right. Give a little
really
space. Yeah.
gave us
Weren't
a
so cramped
breathing
in.
space.
Actually, Lance is saying that when they return to here the U.S., they're gonna live here in Henderson, Nevada.
Oh, wow. Cool.
So it's where we
Henderson's
used
cool.
To live,
I
yeah.
like Henderson. It's a little suburb of Las Vegas. It's cool.
It's
I
where
like
we
it.
used to live, like literally, like just a few, like 2 miles of
Mhm.
Las Vegas. But technically, we're Henderson. So when people ask you where you live in your Henderson, people is like, where?
Yeah.
You're like Las Vegas. It's like just so much easier. But it's part of Las Vegas. Brenda, how is Ozzy? He's great. Actually, he's doing good now that he recognizes again as owners. Because when we left him with Kevin and Laura and we went to Hawaii coming back, it's like he was like, who are you? He's like,
You abandoned me.
I
Yeah,
don't
and
know
Kevin
you
and Laura
anymore.
spoiled him.
Yeah, I'm sure like he was spoiled by them. So he's like, I don't know you guys. I'm staying here. It's like this upgraded adventure so much better than yours. So it's like, so yeah. But he's doing good. It's like right now it's a little bit coop up because he's like used to going out a lot.
Oh,
But right now, with having so many RVs next to you and so many dogs around, I'm not letting
Mm.
him out, and he's starting to feel it. I can see it.
One thing before we go on, before I forget, I don't know if John Senesy's on. Is he on? But I wanted to give John a shout out. John has a little Facebook group called the Adventure Nation Friends Club, and John runs that thing, and they talk about us, and then they have vegan RV stuff on there, and John will post other little things on RV travel and other little things that are going on in the RV world. So Adventure Nation Friends Club on Facebook.
Okay. John Doe, does Paul ever drink Diet Dr. Pepper?
Oh heck no!
I found that out.
I want
right?
it leaded, baby. No, diet soda is not great for you.
No.
It's really not. There's like the aspartame or whatever, all that stuff is worse for you than the real sugar. Although this stuff here is like, this is crack for me. It's horrible for you. You shouldn't drink this
Speaking of
stuff.
that,
Don't drink soda. It's bad for you.
With that being said,
I'm having some more wine.
All right,
that,
yeah.
that has some redeeming value to it.
okay. Karen asks, what kind of setup does your friends have? Our friends is like Barb and Rick is like they have the same basically setup we have, but
We have a Class A Adventure,
Without-
different model, I guess, than Kevin and Laura.
just without the dollar, right? You actually tow
Right,
They
we
tow
have-
4 down.
We're
Yeah.
down. Right.
Well, as do Kevin and Laura.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
So we may not look like Kevin and Laura, but we have the same rig.
Right.
You have the same rig.
We
Yeah.
put them side by side. They kind of be very close.
How long are you guys?
38 feet.
38 feet. Cool. And 2 slides, right?
3
Three
sides.
slides.
3 slides.
Two in the
Oh
bedroom.
Jesus, we
See,
should
we
be
have a big
sitting at the.
bedroom.
I'm honored to be sitting at the same table. Holy smokes.
So,
You
yeah.
didn't see, well, they gave me a tour. She
Oh,
gave me a tour of her RV, and
Mhm.
it's like on the very back, they have an office area. On
Oh
the very
wow.
back.
Is
Well,
that
I-
next to the bowling alley?
right.
Yes,
it's-
yes.
it's- right.
Well,
I've
on
named
the
it
other
bowling
side of the library.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then you have the bowling alley.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Good. It's nice, Coach. What year is that one?
05.
05. See, it's the early 2000
Yeah.
coaches. There seems to be some nice rigs in there.
Yeah, so bad that so many RV parks, they're like putting the 10-year rule, where it's like, yeah, my coach is clean and all that, but they're like, nope, 10 years.
That's the other reason we've been thinking about it, but we haven't run into that yet. But we have friends that have. So
We haven't either, and that's what led us to having it repainted because the decals were just
Right.
looking pretty
Right.
awful.
Oh, right now
So-
it looks so nice and shiny.
Looks
and
beautiful.
All that. It looks beautiful.
We-
and he's
encountered
slowly
one of-
waxing it.
We found one or two sites that will actually say they reserve the right to reject
Right,
your coach
right
if
to
it's not in
reject.
good condition, which is a much more realistic statement.
I agree with that. I have.
Because, as you
I'm
know,
fine with
there's
that.
some older ones out there. I mean,
That-
the one example I know is Technomania, where
Right.
there's 61 GMC bus.
That is
Right.
a classic, right? It's
Classic.
beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Spent 100,000 grand, restoring it. And it looks
Mhm.
better than new.
We have other friends. They have a 25-foot Airstream, and it's a 1997, 99, and it looks beautiful, impeccable. I mean, they have put so much work, and they polish it every year. I mean, it just looks beautiful. And they were rejected in, I think it was San Diego. Like they couldn't get in, and they're like, "Well, ours is considered more like
A vintage,
a vintage,
which
retro,
is
and
cool.
all that."
And
They didn't let them in.
No.
It's like, so
Cool.
yeah, some of these parks they should have more of a rule, like, okay, let me see or send me a picture of how it looks like or something
because
like that.
I think one thing we've noticed in many of the Thousand Trails is,
Whew.
I mean, there are some like they're ready to go to the dying
Yeah.
graveyard of RVs. But then there are people that do, they're from the 70s or 80s and they've renovated and they look beautiful.
Mhm,
Yeah.
exactly.
So,
yeah, a lot of the GMCs are right now popular, so they're getting renovated. A lot
Yeah,
of the Airstreams.
I totally agree with that. We reserve the right. And if you pull in
Right.
and you've got stuff falling off, and
right,
it's like,
looks
it's like,
craft,
sorry.
sure.
Right.
Judy, I've heard Thousand Trails is updating all their parks. They are. They actually put a lot of money into their parks right now. So they're doing it like the full refurbishment, like one by one. They're taking their time.
They're trying.
But they're still trickling money into the other ones to change furniture and change some of his stuff. So they're looking better. Looks like Post Lakes are sunburned.
No,
I see them white, so
Right, I was gonna
don't know
say.
what you're talking about.
They're white as white can be. They're like
perhaps it's a
Like
reflection
goalposts
off
for a
your
soccer.
bathing
Well, it's a
suit.
reflection off the Dr. Pepper cans.
The Dr. Pepper
That's
and
right.
the swim trunks.
it's a reflection off of here. Look, oh, look how red they are. Mm.
Lance says, "Does Paul miss Kevin? He cries every night."
I
That's
cry
it.
myself to sleep at night. Absolutely, I miss Kevin.
It's like Cliffstone, Paul Lorena, talk about not giving up when things don't go as planned.
Oh,
That's actually, I think, like a very important topic because it's
Hmm.
like we have friends. We're not gonna mention names, but they're watching the World Series right now. Something they're watching. But it's like they plan to the letter. I mean, it's just like, and for months in advance. So if something really doesn't go as planned, like your RV breaks or whatever you need to say in time for service or anything, it's like, yeah, it's like that can be a big issue. It's like that's why I think we give a lot ourselves like on planning. So when things don't go as planned, like it's okay. I mean, we can wing it. It's like
and I think when I was working and had kids, I was very planning and detail oriented. But now,
Right.
I think the only way that you're going to enjoy things is to be
Right.
flexible. And
mm-hmm,
I mean, I think the first ones, like probably the Wynns, right?
mm-hmm.
And they would make a big deal up. Oh, planned weekend. And you have to be prepared that, yes, you may be turned away from certain things. Luckily, when we really got going was after Labor Day. So, things tend to
Right.
drop off.
Trying to drop
Mhm.
off.
And
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's a lot easier to get into.
Right.
But,
Oh
you,
yeah, we have been caught up. Like we don't have plans, and all of a sudden it's like, let's book here. There's no occupancy anywhere. It's like, why? Oh, it's a holiday weekend, and we forgot about it. And it's like, yeah, we have been caught up in many things like that too.
Now, is he talking about that, or is he talking about just keep going with the live? Because we just kept persevering,
Talk
pushing
about
through.
not giving up when things don't go as planned.
Right. Maybe he was talking about the live, like,
or perhaps marriage.
yeah, or marriage. Yeah.
Oh
Who
wow,
knows?
let's not get in there. It's like,
Look, that's yeah, it's just huge. You can't give up.
No.
Like
no,
you can't give up.
no.
There's times life's gonna kick you hard, and the easiest thing to do is quit.
Quit.
Quitting is easy.
Yeah. I think it's true.
I can't do it. I just can't do it.
that's why Pam and Jim, I know you're watching. It's like I don't like that movie that you recommended because at the end of the movie it's just quitting. It's like I don't
That's
remember
right.
the name of the movie.
There was the one with
Travel in America. No.
Lost in America. Have you guys seen that one?
Oh, the Bill Murray one?
No,
No.
Oh,
it
Lost-
was
That's lost in translation.
Oh, Lost in Translation.
Lost in Translation. I think it's called Lost in America. Pam and Jim recommend it. These folks that get into
They're
RVing,
like,
and
"You
then
have to
spoiler
see it."
alert,
Oh,
they
is
have
that
a whole
the
bunch
Helen
of Albert
Mir-
Brooks.
Helen Mirren?
Helen Mirren? I don't think so.
She was in an
Is it a
RV
recent?
movie.
I think it's a. Is it
No,
a recent
not a
one?
recent one. It's
Oh,
an
because
old
there
one.
was a recent one.
Old one.
There was an older one with Robin Williams.
That's RV. We watch that all the time.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty good movie. But no, this one is basically spoiler alert. If you guys haven't seen Lost in America, go watch it. But it's a couple who decide that they're going to break free from corporate America and the status quo, and they go RVing, and all this trouble happens, and it's horrible for them, so they quit
Oh.
and go back to their normal lives. And you're
Now,
like,
I've been one
what?
there. It was fairly recent, and it was a male actor who I can't remember, but it was Helen Mirren, and they're an older retired couple, and they are in fact in Winnebago,
Really?
and they are RVing, but I think it's a pretty positive thing.
Oh wow. Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I haven't.
I don't know about that one.
I think it hit, and then
But
Okay, Sarah said good night. It's 1:07 a.m. in the UK, so she needs to go to bed.
Sarah, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate you.
Brian and Jimmy, they're actually checking in from South Korea.
Brian and Jimmy, hey guys, what's happening?
Like they love hiking. Like they will be good like hiking buddies. A little bit too hardcore probably for us.
Yeah, they'd probably kill us if we hike with them. They'll probably make us dead. But we need to do that one of these days. Hopefully, when they get back to the States, we'll be able to hook up. We haven't been able to hook up with those guys. They're busy folks.
Do your friends also have a YouTube channel?
no,
No.
and no plans.
And actually, it's amazing. It's funny that you bring that up because we've had so many people saying, "Oh, you got to post your adventures. You got to show us what you're doing. Where are you at?" I give Paul and Lorraine a huge amount of credit
Oh, yes.
for what they do to keep the new videos coming. I mean, just carrying your camera around. It's like I couldn't do that. It's like no, there's plenty of YouTube bloggers.
Yeah, they don't need us.
full-timers
They
out
don't
there
need
already.
us.
They don't need another one.
There's so many that we didn't know.
Yeah,
about.
we've
there's-
seen
Because
more.
we try not to watch like RV channels on YouTube. Like we watch self-development, other stuff, right? And it's like all of a sudden we were talking. I can't remember with who we were talking, and they start mentioning all these channels. I was like,
It's
I
incredible.
don't know who they are. It's like a lot of channels coming out.
Well, the problem with YouTube YouTube RV videographers is if you're going to do it, you got to do it. You got to produce a lot.
Right.
Otherwise,
Be consistent.
people are never going to follow.
Oh,
you.
thanks. Throw me under the bus, Barb. Be consistent.
No,
Why did she say that?
You're very consistent.
No, I haven't been lately.
well,
Lately, I've been
okay,
dropping the ball big
understand.
time.
Lately, we've not had an internet
Yeah.
service, so we haven't been able.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
we
yeah,
haven't
when
realized
I've
we
that.
first
I've been dropping the
started
ball big time.
following TME.
You were doing like 3
It
or
was the
more.
first
Yeah.
year, and we decided we'll start from the beginning.
So we
at
had like
that point,
100
you had
plus.
over 130 episodes.
Right.
Took us months. We were watching 3, 4,
3
5
a night,
a night.
for a night. And I kept saying, but
Just trying
I've
to
not
catch
seen
up.
a new top on Lorena yet. And I think we're into like 75 episodes. Where does she put them?
Anyway, I mean, it's just a huge commitment.
It
Oh,
is.
If
It
you're
is
gonna
a
do
big
it,
commitment.
You got to get out there.
I-
It is a
Very
big
few
commitment.
people that can keep it going.
I really
Yeah.
love it. I do though. Like I really do. I just wish that I could spend more time because I want to get better at it. I want to produce a higher quality show. I want it to be 2 travel shows, a week and be good quality travel shows. But it just I
And
haven't had
here's the
time.
thing, everybody. We actually have talked about slowing down. I know everybody's like, you rush a lot. It's like, maybe it's true. And that's why he has sometimes a hard time editing. So we're talking about really slowing down so we can explore and we can also work. Because like you said, editing and recording and doing all these things just takes so much time.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even keep up with all the friends that I try to text on a regular basis. And it's like, and I would want to be part of a YouTube. My excuse is, so that's nothing but Thousand Trails parts. Often you have no internet.
Right, internet's
cell
sketchy.
Oh,
service.
yeah. That's a good thing for you. That's a bad thing for us.
Oh, that see,
Because
So
we're still
it's like-
in like working age, so we're still trying to work and we need Wi-Fi for that or
Yeah.
cellular and all that. And Thousand Trails, some of them,
they
just
don't.
sucks.
I mean, they have it sometimes, but it's very slow in like
Yeah.
the adult lodge or
Right.
something.
I think the
Right.
best one I had has been Conroe in Houston area. It's like I just paid the fee, like it was like $10 a week or something like that, and it was so high speed internet to my phone. I could stream on my TV. I mean, it was
it's
just
been pretty good
amazing.
here. Hasn't
The-
it?
Yeah, this has been excellent.
This has been
In-
excellent.
in
for
the Thousand Trails here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is here too. Their 5G is. I think we're just in a weird spot, and that's
Yeah,
why we're
because
dropping. Because at the
we
RV,
have-
we're right next to the
Next to
post,
the,
and it's awesome.
it
It's
has been
really really good.
amazing.
But my biggest problem as we're getting bigger too is the disconnection. Like I used to answer every single comment, and then
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't
you
anymore.
can't.
And
Well-
then I had somebody the other day, yeah, you never answer anybody, and I was like,
Well, no,
just-
right now we have not been answering like
well, we
lately,
haven't been at all
because we
just
have not been able to.
just
I
haven't
mean,
been able to.
from like going into all these activities in Alaska and then traveling south so fast because we were getting caught almost in snow there. So it's like we're driving all the time. It's not like you can be driving and just messaging, right? And then we get to Washington, fly to Hawaii, and then it's like, yeah, things are happening. So it's like we cannot do that. Then coming down to Vegas. So at this point, it has been like probably months, like 2 months that we
Yeah,
have
that
not
we haven't
been
really been
really.
Well,
answering
in
comments.
Alaska, right? Internet service was
It was-
sketchy,
it was-
or better than
It
inbox.
was
Bits and pieces. The phone internet was okay.
I would say if you're thinking of going to Alaska, because some of you say you are, is like make sure you bring with you Verizon.
Verizon and
Because
AT&T.
Verizon and AT&T, yeah, they seem to be, but more Verizon. Like we don't have Verizon, we have AT&T and T-Mobile, and there was times that actually, like 2 times, that Kevin had to share his
We were
hotspot because we
scarfing
have,
off a
yeah, we
cabin.
had nothing going on. So I would say like that Verizon is a big deal. That's why I say good thing that you guys have Verizon. But Wi-Fi was okay. If you have Verizon, it will be okay.
Do you
Yeah.
have a WeBoost?
We don't.
Yes. Yeah,
Oh,
we do.
no. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Sorry.
That
Huh?
helps in some places.
Yep.
But you have to have a
I've heard
signal,
that.
some sort of signal
Some
to.
sort to
Mhm.
get it, yeah. RVing, we go. Your most favorite place you visited? That's always a tough one to answer. It's like there's so many favorite ones that it's just
Mm.
hard to mention.
Yeah, we always
For-
mention different places for different things.
reasons.
Right.
The hiking in Maine was amazing. We did some amazing hikes in Alaska, really, but
Camping at the beach in Padre Island.
Padre Island on the beach, yeah, was
That was
awesome.
amazing.
What about golfing?
Golfing at that with all the mosquitoes? It's like we didn't show him the video because he was not recording at that point. We were trying to get ready to get into the car. But I was putting my clubs back in my bag and trying to zip everything up, getting the glove, and all that stuff. So I'm standing doing all this without paying attention, and Paul told me, he's like, Lorena, look at your legs. I look at my legs, and I have this thick pants because it was cold too. So I couldn't feel it, but there was like literally hundreds of
Hundreds
mosquitoes,
of mosquitoes all over.
my legs. They love me. I'm telling you, they love me.
So she was running around the car going, "Ah."
Yeah, I was just trying to get into the car.
Trying
but
to get in the car.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't get in the car with all those things on you.
So yeah. So
But,
it was
there's-
fun though. It was fun to do it.
When you get out and travel and you just start discovering all these places, there are so many amazing places all over North America, and I'm sure obviously all over the world, but just in our own country. And that was part of the reason we started RVing, was like we wanted to travel the
Right,
world.
exactly.
And we were like, well, we haven't even seen anything in our own backyard yet, or not enough in our own backyard. Let's check this out first. And as you start to travel, you're like, oh my God, there are so many cool things. And as you said the other night, and it was a compliment for me how you said I show wonder in everything I do. And I'm blown away by it. It's honestly like when I see something, I get excited, and I just think that there's a lot of amazing stuff that people take for granted. And I don't want to take that stuff for granted. When I see something that I think is even somewhat amazing, I want to, I don't know, I just want to see it from the eyes of a kid. When you're a kid, everything's amazing.
Right.
As we become adults, we start to get jaded, and we then nothing is cool anymore. And I don't want to be that way.
And I think that's the reason why we also say so much like, oh, how cool is this? Oh, this is an amazing place. Or look at that scenery. It's so cool. And it's like people are like, you're very repetitive on like how cool stuff is. It's like because we try to go to places and find the beauty in that place, regardless of what it is. Can be the desert here
Oh,
that
sure.
has amazing sunsets. Yeah, it's like
Oh,
you don't have
yeah.
the trees and all that stuff, but it has amazing sunsets. It's like, or you can be in Alaska, an amazing hike and the rivers. It's
Death
like-
Valley, right? Like when you top
Oh.
the hills in Death Valley and you start, you're like,
Well, we were a little too
my God,
stressed
so
by
beautiful.
the
It's stressed out because
yeah.
with Twisty
You
Chain
have
Road.
to tell everybody
but-
we have gone through our like highest climb and decline as a mountain with the RV.
Right, in Death Valley.
In
Death
Like
Valley.
of all the places we've crossed anywhere in the United States,
We
Death
think
Valley
we
has
might
been the
have done
highest.
it the same
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the same day.
Yeah. That was the worst.
Oh,
But that you're looking at a desert that's full of nothing. It's nothing, and it's so beautiful. Like your mind
but
can't.
then you have Grand Canyon sections
yeah,
of it.
yeah,
Well,
and,
there's
and
canyons
your
there and all kinds of
brain
things.
can't take it in. You're like, there's nothing here, but it's so beautiful.
Oh,
And it's completely different than when you go to Alaska, where there's everything there, all these trees and all these mountains, and it's so beautiful. Every place has its
Well,
beauty.
Has its beauty,
before that, we
right.
did Yosemite, and we hadn't been to Yosemite in a number of years, and it's like there's such a drama
Right,
there
right.
that it's like,
Yeah, nature presents a
And
lot of
then-
drama.
But every place has its, like you're saying, every place is special. Yesterday we went to Red Rocks.
right.
It's,
Red Rocks
isn't it awesome?
Canyon, which is just outside of Vegas, is practically on top of it now.
Right.
Mhm.
But it's just west of Las
Oh.
Vegas, and it's just beautiful. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Mhm.
The rocks, the red on the rocks
And we
is
got
insane.
there that because I thought
Late
it was
afternoon.
real hot, so we got there more like 4-ish, and of course the light then is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the light about that in the afternoon, it's great. And a lot of people come to Vegas, they hang out at the casino, see all that, never know that this insane, beautiful hiking and climbing area is right there. It's a world-class climbing area. Like if you go over there on the weekends,
Rappelling, yeah.
you can see these ants climbing up the mountains for all these mountaineers
because
and
I
things
guess
doing
it's
their
like
rappelling
a
and
type of
climbing.
limestone that you cannot get everywhere and anywhere. So
Yeah.
it happens to be
Mm.
in a few places, and this is one of those places that they have that limestone.
Yeah.
So
So
interesting.
yeah, every place has its own beauty, and you got to look for it sometimes.
So we didn't answer the question. Is the point?
What was it?
Okay,
Because
Skate?
there's no answer.
This is a question for the guys because Rick he knows about cars too. Is it possible to tow Ford down on the newer all-wheel drive vehicles?
Some yes, and some no. You got to look in the owner's manuals.
right.
Some are going to require a transmission pump, which is an expensive device that pumps fluid through the transmission as you're going down the road. Some are not going to require that. Some are just going to require that you start them every now and then, and some are just going to be no go.
Right. And I know Honda's been a very popular tow vehicle, except the newer ones, because they all went to the CVT, and you can't tow with that.
Oh, is that right?
You know,
Constant velocity transmission?
yeah, continuous variable transmission.
Continuous variable. Okay.
I think that's what they call it. Anyway, and it's just
And you
because
can't.
it doesn't have the same gears, and they
Right.
don't allow towing anymore.
Our front wheel drive Ford Edge, it's able to be towed 4 down. I just don't want to. So you can tow it 4 down for And some of them will say you can tow it 4 down for 6 hours at a time, 8 hours at a time, or whatever. And then you have to stop and start the vehicle to pump fluids through it. Everyone's going to be different. It's going to be in the owner's manual. And if you don't have one, you just go on to old Google and you say owner's manual 2015 all-wheel drive Honda, whatever, and that owner's manual will pop up. I think it's manualslib.com, manualslibrary.com, but it's manualslib.com. And I think it has every manual for everything on the planet, including vacuum cleaners, cars, trucks, SUVs, everything. But yeah,
Okay.
look in your owner's manual.
Yeah, Motorhome magazine actually publishes every year what they call a dinghy guide, which is covering the current models of what you can tow.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's pretty
But
cool.
every year the list seems to get smaller and smaller and smaller.
Right. And the other one is Remco, remco.com. They also do a dinghy guide.
I didn't know that. It's the girl, but now I know. It's like, wow, palm trees and no snowy mountains this time. Welcome back. It's like-
Loving it.
Now, talking about the big hill and the big mountain that we actually did crossing, this question, I think, like, kind of related, but not related. Will your next motorhome be a diesel pusher?
No, it just won't.
And
No.
we talk about diesel pushers because there is actually one that I like, and it's not expensive and it's a good size. And I was like, it has everything we want. And I told Paul, it's like, why we don't get this diesel pusher, right? That's our new RV, and we can just try a diesel pusher. And he's like, there's no need for it. I mean, we literally went through, and that's what I was saying about that valley. We literally just went through the tallest mountain we had been,
And then the
up and
below
down.
sea level.
Below sea level to about 5,000 feet, something like that.
Yep.
One part of it
And-
is 6 miles, 8% grade
Yes.
for
Yeah.
6 miles. That's a huge grade for
That's
a long
when we
time.
disconnected.
Right.
That's a good test.
Yeah.
Like for a guest coach.
Yeah.
And we're happy to report that actually we don't feel the need of having or needing a diesel pusher. That I know a lot of full timers are like, well, this is my life, this is my house. I need to carry with all my stuff, and I need to go up and down the hills, and that's why they choose the diesel pusher. It's like we have not felt the need for that.
Here's where you're going to need a diesel pusher. Your tow car is over 5,000 pounds gross vehicle weight, because most gas have a tow rating of 5,000 pounds. So if you're over 5,000 pounds on your tow vehicle, the Hamptons, for example, our friends, the Kenny Rogers impersonator, they tow their Saturn Aura because it is under. They were going to try to tow their minivan, but if they tried to tow their minivan, they would have to have gotten a diesel. So if you're going to tow over 5,000 pounds, got to have a diesel. If you want endless amounts of storage underneath your RV, diesels do not have a drive shaft going down through the center, so they have huge amounts of storage underneath. So if you want to take all of your crap with you, then you're going to need a diesel pusher. We don't want to take all of our stuff with us.
Because
We want to carry some chairs and some firewood.
and our golf bags that
And
we
our
have
golf
been
bags, which
talking about.
We need to get rid of.
I'm still not like
If
really making peace with that.
if
but
a salesman tells you that you need to have a diesel pusher so that you can get through the mountains in the United States of America, it is a bold-faced lie. It is absolutely not necessary. That is not a reason for needing a diesel pusher.
I would say if you want to carry with a lot of stuff,
Carry a lot of weight.
or if you want to pull a large vehicle,
Large
because I know
trailer.
a lot of people want to pull their Tahoes, minivans, and big trucks.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah,
get a
you
diesel.
need a diesel.
Yeah, and
And I also-
again, go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, I've heard that they're supposedly better made. So it seems to me if you're starting off younger than we are and you're anticipating keeping it for a longer period of time so you can reap the benefits. But diesel is a lot more expensive to begin
Mhm.
with. And right now, the difference between diesel and gas, as far as filling up,
Diesel fuel's more expensive, right?
right. So for us,
Yeah.
it didn't make sense financially.
Well, some people will say it's like the fuel itself is more expensive, but gives you better fuel mileage. So
The
kinda
fuel
like
mileage is not that
offsets.
much better.
But here's my thing about diesel pushers, and I understood this when it was early in the year. This year we were in Cummings for a week,
Right.
or something like that, and our repairs came around like with insurance on a lot to $200, right?
Right.
Like, but total like with insurance it was like $600, something like that. And the person right next to us was coming for something like it sounded basic,
It was something to do with the fuel injection system.
and he was getting charged what $4,500.
$4,500.
So it's like when you buy a diesel, you'll also have to think about it's like buying a luxury car, right?
Mm,
It's not only buying it; it's also the maintenance of
maintenance.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing. Is like oil change in our coach. I mean, it will be a lot cheaper than it would be in a diesel pusher.
Oil change. If we went somewhere, an oil change is going to be between 100 and 150, 100 and 200 if they're going to rip you off, which some of them are going to be. It should be 100 to 150. On a diesel, it's going to be 400.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah.
And
But
then there's people just
and then
take care
I
of
change it for
themselves.
60
Right.
bucks. Right.
right.
Now, with that being said, a diesel pusher is going to ride a whole lot better. Now, let's go to the build better. The better build quality is only on the frame and engine. The box is the
No,
same.
I don't think so
The
because
box is the
it
same.
can carry more weight, so they will put better chemistry.
Yeah.
Like
But-
That's what I've
ours,
heard.
because ours cannot carry that much weight, so don't put solid wood or anything
But
like that. It's
how
just
many-
all very thin stuff.
How many of you been in where the doors are falling off cabinets at the RV shows and
That's
stuff is broken?
Every and any RV. Doesn't matter if you have a quarter of a
Right.
million RV, you're gonna have doors fall.
That's what I'm saying. Things are going to break. But with that being said, the frames allow them to be a lot smoother because of airbags and all that kind of stuff. They ride a lot better, no doubt about it. They are a lot quieter because the engine is in the back. So if you're going up the hills and down the hills, it's a lot quieter. The engine is in the back of the coach. There's a lot of things that are better in them from a handling standpoint. They have an engine brake. So when you're going up and down through the hills, the engine brake helps out with that. But we have the tow haul mode on ours, which works similar. It's not the same by any means, but it works similar. There's so many things about the diesel that are better, just not necessary.
I think that's
At the end of the day, it's whatever you decide
Yeah.
you need and you want, and the
Right.
style and how much you're gonna carry or pull. It's totally your option. We're not like diesel haters by any means.
No.
It's like right now that we were looking at all the Prevos that were right here.
Oh,
like
they're
20
beautiful.
Of them. I mean,
They're
drooling.
beautiful.
We were drooling. And I even told Paul at some point, it's like maybe at some point we travel that large and see how it's like.
Well, if money was no object, absolutely.
Just test it.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, no, but not even. I'm not talking even in a Prevo. I'm talking even just like a Allegro bus or like something large. Is
Right,
my point.
right.
So it's like maybe at some point we try just to see how it's like, how it feels, and just give our opinions as well on that. But right now it's not the time. Right now we're still ready for state parks and national parks, so we're not ready for anything like that.
Well, I think particularly for a beginner, right? Because I think a lot of newbies to this kind of focus on well, should I get gas or diesel?
Right.
And what you've said and other people have said, buy a good used one. Don't spend a fortune on
Right.
a big fancy RV that
No.
you've never driven or
Because
lived in.
you also don't know how you like to travel.
Ex-
Right.
Exactly.
You may not even like RV living. I mean, we've heard cases of that. People buy a brand new one and 6 months later say, I don't like that. I mean,
Well,
And then
we,
just take
we
such
have
a
friends of
bath on it.
friends
yeah.
that bought a brand new like country coach for bucks, and now they're upside down. They went to sell it. They can't
Yeah,
sell it for
not
what
even
it's worth.
close.
So they're scraping together to pay
Yeah.
their monthly,
Right.
Payment.
mortgage payment
Right.
basically
Or-
on it, while living in a house, and it's
Like,
really creating.
Even Rick and Sue here, they live here in Las Vegas. They're like close to be retiring, so they bought the fifth wheel, and badass fifth wheel, right? It's
Badass.
like,
It was
but
awesome.
then they realized it's like we don't want a fifth wheel, we want a Class A, so they want to transition into a different type of traveling. But it's like, yeah, getting rid of the one to get the other one. He's like,
And he
that's
says it's the best decision they've made. He said switching to the Class A, he just absolutely loves it. For
But
him,
here's the thing.
it was the right decision.
the thing
Yep.
is like you don't know how you're gonna travel when you're starting, so
Yeah.
you buy
You should buy used.
cheaper so you can discover how you like to travel. Maybe you need larger, maybe you need smaller, maybe you need a different kind of rig. It's like, and just explore from there, and then at some point you commit and you can buy new if you're committed at that point.
You don't really know until you try it.
Right.
You have to
Mhm.
get out
I mean,
there
if
and
you
see
go
what
to an
works.
RV show and you go into the fifth wheels, it's like
They're
it's
beautiful.
they're
It's like
beautiful.
an
They're center
apartment.
islands.
It's
It looks like a
I
house.
know.
And then you start thinking, okay, but this is the kind of vehicle, and everything else is like, no, I want a Class A for us.
Right.
Yeah, so it's
But
everything
they're
about
beautiful.
style of
Fifth wheels
traveling.
are badass.
Yeah, like Ali, his daughter just bought a fifth wheel and they love it. So.
Yeah, it's badass. And it's a toy hauler.
Okay, let's move on. Gail is like, hope to see you guys in Oasis in a couple of weeks. So they're coming to Oasis. Hey, Gail.
Gail and Bob, what's happening?
And like John Carlo, what's the next upgrade for Freya?
Supercharger, maybe some mag rims, some racing slicks,
What else?
How
some
about an air
headers,
horn?
dual exhaust, an air horn. I need an air
Oh
horn.
no, yeah, that actually I'm pro that
Yeah.
because it's like those wimpy like horns that the RVs have, I don't get them.
You don't
Well,
wanna-
the
don't
adventurer
wanna
that
sound
was
like a
parked
little
next to us before
Volkswagen.
you came, I noticed they had an air horn.
Giant airport, yeah.
It's just for
Giant.
safety.
And they
We
left
need to have
before we
one.
could introduce ourselves, and I wanted to ask them about their air horn.
Right.
One time I remember that when we were starting, like somebody cut off Paul, something like that, and he was so angry. He was like honked the horn and like me. And he's
And
like,
Richard and I started
that's so
laughing.
embarrassing.
We were laughing so hard because I'd never honked the horn, and when I honked it, I'm like, it sounded like a Volkswagen Rabbit.
It's pretty pitiful.
Now, with quick follow up to that question about what upgrades, we had done no upgrades as far as the steering controls, any of the fixing the sway control or any of that kind of stuff. So I've really been thinking about adding some of that stuff on a little bit at a time so that I can give an honest opinion on, okay, we've put 30,000 miles on this coach without steering controls, without the sway control, without any kind of suspension help. Add that stuff on one at a time and say, wow, I really noticed a difference when I added this particular piece, so that I can give an honest opinion on it, because I was really against it, because I'm like, I don't need it. I don't feel a need for sway control. I don't find ours is swaying that much, or steering, or the steering stabilizer. I don't feel like we need it, because I don't have a problem with it, but I want to add it on now so that I can go, oh wow, this really made a difference, and I was wrong. That happens every now and then, not very often, but
We did put on the bank system,
happens
which
all
we
the time.
think has made a difference.
I would like to do
The
the
bank
banks.
system.
Yeah,
I
it's
would like to do the
expensive,
banks.
but we
Oh, yeah.
think.
Now,
That
did
is
you check fuel mileage before and after, or did you
Not
just?
really.
Oh, okay.
No.
just
Yeah,
throw-
now we are.
Now, have you checked fuel mileage now? What are you
Yes.
getting?
Yes.
It does. We're getting about 7 since we put it on.
Yeah,
which I
see-
thought was pretty good. And that's towing a car for the most part.
So
See,
it's
that's
pretty
really
good for
good.
your length of RV and towing a car. Seven is pretty
Because we
good.
get between 6 and 6.5, so
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
But it did, we had a disastrous going up a
Our first-
highway back in
Our
Southern.
first tow up a steep incline, and our poor RV
Right.
just died.
I mean, died.
And the
We had the check
lights
engine.
came on. And we got to the top of the hill going 15 miles an hour.
And
Oh,
I
wow.
was
You were
thinking,
pedaling
Yeah.
like the
my
Flintstones.
thought was, ka-ching, we're going to have to call
Probably
a tow,
Right.
and get towed.
Right.
And I'm thinking, oh my God, this is going to, and we barely made it. So that's when we started looking into
Right,
the bank
right.
system.
For those of you guys who don't know what the bank system is, it's headers, it's open exhaust, it's a better air
Yep,
intake,
full variant.
it's a computer programmer and controller. Did you do all that
We
whole
did
thing?
all of it, yeah.
So it's a little bit of everything. It adds more horsepower, gets more air into the engine, gets more fuel into the engine, a little bit more torque, a little bit more horsepower, and supposed to increase your gas mileage, which seems like it did.
I
So,
think it does. Yeah.
yeah, I've been looking at, and I want to upgrade some of that slowly but surely too. Do the air intake first, and then record those numbers, and then do on so on and so forth as we go along.
Okay, so just this note and says hi. It's like sorry to be
Hey,
late
Snowden,
joining,
what's happening?
but got back to the RV after a day tour in San Diego. So that's
Awesome.
amazing. Did you ever make your video on solar install yet? But before going to that, actually there was a question that was like before all the prompts that we had that I forgot I skipped because I got distracted by the problems. Somebody asked how much fuel they're going to Alaska, and they want to know how much fuel we spend in Alaska. So right now that you were talking about fuel, that we have like still 6 miles per gallon and all that, we actually did the numbers. We did the numbers for campgrounds, for fuel, and not for food, because that varies
Yeah,
per
right,
person,
yeah.
right? You're gonna
Right,
go to
right.
eat, or you're gonna eat in your view all the time. But how much fuel? How much in fuel we spend?
Why would you ask me that question? I have no idea.
Because you know.
No, I don't know.
I thought Laurie was a numbers person.
Yeah, but he.
She's a numbers
I
person.
thought he knew, but obviously he didn't.
Well, you told me once or twice or 6 or every 8 times, but I don't
But
remember
it
that.
didn't stick.
No.
Okay. But before I say the number, keep in mind we did like a very long side trip in the mud, pretty much.
1100
Off-roading.
mile side trip on a dirt road.
So
And wait,
just
you guys might want to sit down for this number.
keep in mind,
Yes.
it's like on fuel alone, and that was 3 months, 2.5, 3 months.
3 months.
It was $3,500 in fuel.
And I think KYD just mentioned, and they seem like they were 35, 4,000.
Yeah, they
they
were up there,
mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Because I
Yeah.
thought theirs was more fuel efficient.
Well, they're towing a
It was
big
it was
trailer.
definitely over 3,000. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm not a numbers person, but it was I think it was
Yeah.
between 35 and 4,000.
Yeah, for us it was around 3,500. I cannot remember the exact number, but around 3,500. But for me, it was like, oh my god, over $1,000 of fuel a month. It was like, it was heartbreaking.
Oh, we were just go, 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 go. I mean,
Yes.
it's a long way up there. And we've
Right.
had people say that, oh, now that I know you guys have gone up there, it's a long way. I'm not going to do it. It's awesome.
It's worth it. And
It's
I guess
so worth
we were
it.
hesitant at the beginning. We were like, Alaska is just gonna be just okay. It's nothing we cannot see here in the lower 48. You know, it's like all these things. And we got there, and I was like, you know what? When we were up there, we were like, it was worth the drive up there.
Was-
So it's like if you can ever plan it, because it's something that needs to be planned, saved
Mm.
for, and all that stuff, I will do it at some point. It's like, but no regrets there. You know, I'm going there. So
No.
it was pretty good. Now, in the other hand, that little side trip we did, we would have probably rented a truck camper going
Oh,
out
yeah.
there. Now, like,
Yeah.
if we will do it again, we will do
Yeah.
that.
That was hard on the rig.
Scott, welcome back to Vegas. We miss you at Oasis by a week. Aw.
Oh, sorry, Scott.
So, what are the features you will look in your new RV? What don't you have you think you need?
Shooting
Hap-
gallery,
That's from Happy Vibes.
hot tub,
That's from-
Fireplace.
That's from Happy Vibes.
fireplace. Yeah, that'd be good. Bowling would be nice.
Like this, guys.
Yeah, like these guys have. I mean, there's really nothing that we don't have in this one that I think.
No.
I think a TV in a more appropriate place,
Yeah.
but I think that's the worth. Here's your RV. It's set up so your couch is facing side to side, your chairs are side to side, and usually your dinette is. And then they put the TVs in the front and back. So you're sitting on your nice, comfortable couch like this, going, well, this way or this way, instead of
That's why the L-shaped. I mean, that's the only
I
thing we've
know.
seen some models that have. In fact, they're bringing back the Adventurer, and but it's smaller. But it has this L-shaped couch.
Yeah.
With a TV above the fireplace. That.
right,
I
But
like
do
to.
you need it? No, you
right.
don't need
No.
that. But it would be a nice thing.
Right.
And then they put a half bath behind it because of that,
The
Mhm.
angle.
which
Right.
we would convert
Right.
to the desk
Right.
office kind of thing because. I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
A
think-
that-
lot of them are doing that little angled TV anyway, so that it's a little bit
a little
better.
bit better.
Yeah.
I was saying like yesterday, the day before, about like I found a bounder that it had like this L-shaped couch that I like a lot too, and it had like a big pantry and the fridge and all that stuff. But it was the one that the Wynns had, and I was like,
What
oh
to
my
change
god!
the channel name to Gone with the Charrons.
It's like everybody's gonna be like, oh my god, you're copying the Wynns. It's like, but it has everything I want, right? It's like, and it was a good price. The other one I saw that with the L-shaped sofa, because I love that too, is
Yeah.
the Tiffany Allegro 32 SA, and it has that L-shaped sofa that I
I'll have to
love.
Look at that.
But and it's a shorter one because we're trying to look not to go into something larger,
Mm.
but trying to stay where we are or go something shorter. Like he's trying to push for very short, but I don't think I could do like very short really. But those two
It's
are the
your
ones that have
home.
that.
You know.
It's really weird
there's-
for a guy to want something shorter, but I do. Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Paul.
Yeah.
How the conversation went there, I don't know. Did you ever make your video on the solar install yet? We know the answer.
We
of
have
that.
shot all of the install stuff on that back in March while we were in San Diego. I haven't shot the recap of that and the how it all went because we really have tested it great over the course of the time we
Yeah.
were in Alaska. Alaska with solar is cheating because the sun's out 20 hours a day, so your solar's just pumping all day long, you know. So it's really cheating in Alaska when it's daylight all the time. But we've now had it for a long time up and back, and I really just need all the install and stuff has been shot. I need to recap it. I need to shoot some extra stuff explaining the install and do all that. And right now, I
Not
just
enough time.
don't have the time, and it sucks. I wish I could get it out, and I've been, I need to get that done. I need to get backup video. It's just so much stuff that I haven't got done. I feel like I'm failing all that stuff on so many levels, but I got to take care of business here. So
Your
unfortunately, who
own
knows?
human.
Who knows?
CK.
Lori, can you get on that for me? Could you edit that and do the solar video for me?
Yes, next year.
All right, cool.
I'll do it.
Got it. Lori's on it. She's going to do the solar.
Next year. CK, vegan for health, because that's a big meat eating belly. I don't know
What?
what that means.
Meat eating belly. That's Kevin, not
What?
Paul.
Meaty belly.
That's
What the
Kevin.
hell are you talking about, dude?
And he must be
And-
referring to Kevin.
And
And-
vegan
and
does
these
not necessarily
these
mean,
guys have met Kevin and Laura too, so they know them in person too.
and nobody has ever said that vegan is healthy. Being
can be
vegan
very
does not
unhealthy.
necessarily mean healthy.
It's all about portion. And
Vegan-
what you,
Yeah, vegan normally means that it's usually about the animals. It's about save the animals than it is anything else. I mean, that is strictly what vegan means. I don't want to eat animal products.
Yeah.
And we're not vegan, both of us. We're vegetarians.
we're semi.
And yeah. And so it has nothing to do with health. And I always think funny how people go, "Oh, you eat vegan for health reasons?" And it's like, wait a minute, you're making fun of us for trying to eat healthy when there's like, unless you're on a complete health kick, nothing that you can find on the shelves anymore is healthy. It's all garbage.
But you started being vegetarian
a
because you
carrot
want
Now-
to be healthier.
I started eating vegetarian because I want to be healthier, but we also
And
curbed a lot of
you
our.
lost a lot of weight.
I lost 25 pounds in probably 6 weeks without a bunch of
I know.
exercising or
I
anything
hate
like
him.
that.
Men
It
are
will
like
take
that.
it will take
Right.
me forever.
I became a vegetarian because I went to Canada and was talking to high school buddies and things like that, and everybody around me was dying. And they're all meat and potato eaters. And I was like, I am done. Like, I just didn't think that you can't trust what you're buying in the stores anymore, no matter what it is.
Exactly.
So we read labels a lot. We're healthier. Are we the healthiest?
No.
No, we
my-
never claimed to be.
Like my weakness, my crack will be chips. It's the salty stuff. Like I don't have a tooth for sweets. It's just like the salty like chips. So if I have
I'm a
chips with me,
starchaholic.
Well, and that's
starchaholic.
just it. If you're vegan, normally you're going to hammer starches, carbohydrates, sugars.
I like my
Yeah.
Because
pasta.
that's all there is. Like, and that's a lot of what there is, other than some of the natural, the fruits and veggies and all that stuff is good. You want to try to eat as much as that, but that's the tough part about being vegan is there is a lot of processed foods as well. So you're
I'm more
switching.
like the ones trying to replace the meat because there are
Right.
so many meat alternatives now. Not necessarily they're healthy alternatives.
Right.
Right.
They're
No,
still processed food.
right.
So it's just vegan because you're not using animal product. That's the only thing.
Yeah. Vegan and healthy is not
It's
necessarily
not equal.
synonymous with each
Right,
other. It's
right.
just
Vegan
not.
doesn't mean you eat a salad every time.
Right.
That's what it
Exactly.
is,
Yeah.
so.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris Belfado, Paul, have you or will you consider installing Safety Plus?
Yes. Yeah,
I
that's
don't know what
one
that
of the things
is.
that we talked about. Do you know what kind of
Is it-
steering stabilizer you have?
Roadmaster.
So you have a Roadmaster because I
Because-
talked about that as well. Because it's half the price
It's half the price and does exactly the
and
same
does
thing.
exactly the same
It's
thing.
just a big shock absorber with a big spring on it.
Yeah. And I thought about that as well. Is testing both of those, like ordering them both. But then that's where I have a hard time, like spending all this money just to do a test. So that's when we start talking about, maybe looking at Patreon so we have income coming in so that we can test products because the channel's not big enough yet for companies to be able to send us stuff so that we can test it. We're just not there yet.
We're babies.
So yeah, we're a baby channel still. So you guys get out there and share it so that I can get these companies to pay attention so I can say, hey, I'd like to test this stuff. And because if you have an older coach, that's a great way to upgrade some of your steering and things like that with some of these aftermarket products. But for me I think the Roadmaster was 180, 200 bucks,
A little over 200.
200. And I
Then
think
you
the
have to buy
Safety
mounting
Plus.
kit for it, which is another 50 or so.
Okay. So you're looking at almost 300 bucks. And I think the Safety Plus is going to be close to 600,
Yeah.
so to try and test that at $1,000 and then, either throw one away or give one away. That kind of stuff is tough, but yeah, Safety Plus, I would look at that, but I'm going to go to the Roadmaster first and see how that works. But the steering stabilizer, I think, is probably a good option, especially if you think you're fighting your coach. I don't seem to get that with ours, but I know a lot of the old coaches, there's fighting, especially if it's windy. So that safety steer helps prevent that, the steering stabilizer.
Okay. We don't have any of that, like he said.
No,
so
we
it's
don't have
like
any of that
because we get that question a lot. It's like, oh, we see you driving on the road. It seems to be so easy. Do you have anything installed? Like aftermarket. And it's like, nope, we
No,
have nothing.
Just use these guns.
Yeah, no, shut up. Just a shout out to Shannon and Tallulah from Sweet Tea Travels.
Hey, Shannon and
guys.
Tallulah,
They
what's
have their own YouTube channel.
Yes,
It's
Sweet
like-
Tea Travels.
They were up in Alaska as well. It's like in a Class C. Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
He's like single mom and they went all the way to Alaska. It's like
Oh,
in their
wow.
RV.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
So, and
they
they have
rocked
a-
it.
And talking, we were talking, I was talking with her. It's like, and she said, if I can do it with my daughter on a fixed income, she's in a disability income. She said it's like anybody can do it in Alaska. Everybody says it's very expensive, but it's like she said anybody can do it. It's more about the pace you're traveling more than anything.
And whether you're staying in expensive campgrounds or
Right.
boondocking, there's
Yeah.
so much boondocking up
Right.
there. It's
Or
insane.
and eating out. I mean, that could
Eating
be
out.
big.
Oh, it's
kills you.
expensive there. Yeah.
Oh, it
It's
kills
expensive.
you there. Holy smokes.
Sharon says we have a Class B pleasure way and find it's perfect for us. Can't imagine driving around in a huge Class A. And I think that's perspective. I mean, we
Yeah.
know a lot of people on pleasure ways, unities, and all that stuff. And the Oliver
Yep.
is
Oh,
like
right,
Yep.
right.
that they can
So
like
many more
travel
options for them to
smaller,
travel.
and they see our RV is like your RV is huge. I don't know how you can travel with that, right? And then we see the people with a like huge Class A's
A 40
or the
footer.
fifth
40 or
wheels,
45 foot
45
diesel
footers.
pushers.
and they're like, oh, we couldn't live in something that small like yours. It's like, so I think everything is always about perspective, right?
But that's why we've looked at wanting to go a little bit smaller. At least I have, because I see people like that. When you drive those little pleasure ways and stuff, your options for overnighting and boondocking and things like that are absolutely endless. And you're a lot more stealth if you park somewhere. You can kind of park on a street if you had to and be stealth about it. We can't do that really. So I think it's amazing. If you're comfortable in that, I think go for it. And again, our mantra is go to the smallest coach you can go to and still be comfortable in it. Then it's a home run. And I mean, if you're comfortable in a 45 footer, if that's as small as you can go, just know that you're probably going campground to campground. You could overnight at Walmart's, but you're not going to be boondocking in some really cool places with low overhanging branches and things like that. But yeah, the pleasure ways, they're awesome, coach. They're
there are
nice.
some amazing small ones.
Yep,
Know. Leisure,
Oh,
leisure
yeah.
travel vans are also supposed
Yep.
to be great.
Like
Excellent.
I always said I will never go that small because for me I need that separation of space with him, because when he
Yes.
goes to work at 1, 2 in the morning and I want to sleep, I really need that separation of space. And when we went into this travel leisure unity and it's a 24 foot, 25 foot,
Right, that's
like
Brian
that,
and Jummy's,
Brian and Jimmy.
whose tour that I still haven't done yet.
Oh
I
my
haven't
god,
edited
it's
that.
like that's the first one I walk in and I was like, this is very doable for full timing. I mean, the storage
Oh,
place,
really?
the kitchen, full bathroom, and everything in something that's small.
RVs too.
Hmm?
Those are excellent RVs. They have
Oh
no
yeah,
TVs,
they
they're-
are. Oh yeah, I asked
really
how
well
much they
made.
pay for it. I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be
They
paying
aren't
that.
cheap, 'cause well, they have the diesel pusher. I mean, not diesel pusher, the diesel sprinter chassis,
Mm-hmm.
which is nice, but it costs a bit.
Well,
That's
I mean,
a
I
lot,
also
yeah.
think I would completely go with a different RV if both of us were still working and we had we were maybe in jobs where we had 4 or 5 weeks
Right.
vacation
Oh,
and
absolutely.
holidays and so on. I would go with a Class C plus probably, or something completely different
Right.
if it was more for vacations where.
And it's something I told Paul. I think like if it was more like a part time, like more vacation, I will even go to a B. It's like Class B, just go to places and you just need like a bathroom and a bed, basically, and a tiny kitchen. But it's not. You're there full time. You're working
Full-time,
there,
yeah.
and you're like just like kicking back, watching TV once in a while, and it's like you need. Well, we need our space.
Bob
Not
often
everybody.
asks me how I got interested in the first place in
Right.
this, and I have to go back to growing up. 1963,
Oh, my
parents.
God.
I'm in a family of 6. I have 3 brothers and a sister. My parents decided they wanted to go to Europe, and we jumped on the ship because that's what you went on then. We went over to Europe, and they picked up a Volkswagen camper van. And for almost 3 months, 6 of us in a Volkswagen
wow.
camper van went
With a
around
tent,
Europe.
though. A
Wow.
pump
Well,
tent.
we had the pop-out tent.
Right,
but
right,
still,
right.
6 of us.
Wow.
He showed me
I
one
don't know how. Yeah, we've seen one now, and they're like
restored, and
tiny.
it's like,
Well, I don't know if you have seen. There's a channel when in Rome.
Yeah.
It's like this family. I believe they have 3 kids or 4 kids. I'm not sure. And it's like they travel. Like they were here in the U.S. on a Class A, and then they traveled to Europe, and they were in this tiny, teeny transit. 5 of them
Wow.
at least, and it's like, how you do that? How you cook meals? It's like how you sleep. It's like, but it's amazing what people can do, and it's all
Yeah.
about the adventure at the end of the day,
It was an adventure.
for sure.
and I
In
think
fact, my parents liked it so much they did it again 2 years later.
Oh wow,
Same thing.
that's amazing. We got 6 minutes, so I got to get to sleep.
Nancy, your videos made me want to go to Alaska.
We still got some more coming.
Yeah. RV wondering. I test my air horn in every tunnel.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
It's hard to kind of like keep up with the comments. I'm sorry, guys. If I'm skipping your comments, I'm really sorry, but it's hard to keep up with them. Lori, did he answer on why he not expanding the business? I wish you were all coming to Massachusetts. Uh,
Why?
Too much work.
Because I've got people that work for me and they work very hard already from 3 a.m. till noon. And I don't want to do that to any more people. And I don't want to work with casinos anymore. Like I said, it's just their
Right.
expectations are too much for smaller companies, smaller business with fewer employees. When you have 12,000 employees and you have all those employees to choose from, doing things like switching things at the last second and needing an extra person to come in is easy. You just go, hey, call in the extra board. We can't do that. And so when they throw major changes at us in the last minute and say, hey, we need X number of cars in an unreasonable amount of time and we can't deliver that, it makes my guys feel bad and it makes me feel bad. So I just don't want to put anybody else in that position. And I want to be a movie producer.
the biggest of them all is just a tough schedule.
It's a tough schedule. Yeah. So we're just trying to avoid that
who
schedule.
wants to work from
And that's the
3
thing.
to-
It's like that's
Yeah.
why we have so much people turnovers, because nobody wants to work in that schedule. So
Right.
it's just hard.
Right.
And just like a quick shout out to Ruben. Me da gusto volverlos a ver. Tenía mucho que no los apoyaba. Los miraba, apoya. Lorena desde El Paso, Texas. So thank you, my Spanish person in there in El Paso. Just saying.
Nice.
Who are all the people walking behind you? Somebody, Kyle.
We're sitting at a pool with the pool area here at the Oasis.
Were there people
And-
walking
You should-
behind?
Oh, you cannot take them. I was gonna
And
say
I
over
can't
the
really
fence.
take you over the fence, but
I haven't.
the
I
pool
haven't
behind
seen
us,
anybody.
there's a pool and a spa
Yeah.
behind us. So they're all walking to the pool and spa.
And actually, you may
Yeah.
not realize that I found out when I found the maintenance guy. This is not just a pergola. This is the wedding chapel.
Yeah, we're actually sitting
Yeah,
in
yeah.
their wedding
So
chapel.
we are in Vegas, so this is the wedding.
wedding
chapel.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that's a ballroom right there. So this is where they officiate
We
the
can
weddings.
renew our wedding vows here.
Yeah,
huh?
exactly.
That's right.
I'll officiate
We
for
got
you.
the lights going in.
Yeah.
Cheryl Hampton, have you been to Ronald yet for their healthy vegan donuts? Absolutely.
Absolutely, we've been to
It's like-
Ronald's.
It was, yeah, he brought them home the other day. Vegan
went-
donuts are so fluffy and
Oh.
soft and good. And
I
they
bought
just melt in your mouth.
24 donuts there the other day and then took them to the crew and gave them all to the crew because they're all vegan. So there's donuts made with no butter, no eggs, no nothing. It's made with, they put it together with binders like banana and things like that.
Oh,
And so it just makes an insane donut that it's hard to explain.
It's just
So I wanted my guys to try them. I said, hey, would you guys be willing to try them?
They're all like, oh, we're not vegans. We don't want to try that. For
Yeah.
the most
No,
part.
they were pretty good because Anna's already eating the vegan
The
tacos
Panchos. Oh,
from
they're so
Pancho's
good
Vegan
too.
Tacos. So yeah, she was up for it, and then Cliff and all the guys said, yeah, we're in. And of course, they said kind of had us at donuts, and the donuts were amazing. So yes, we did have them, Cheryl. We were there, and I went in at like they open at 4 a.m. So I was there at 5 o'clock in the morning and got donuts. It was awesome.
Deborah Young, we have a 32 SA and we feel it's perfect fit for us. It's a 34.2 length. See, I hate when they put like
right.
the name of the coach, like if it was a 32 foot, but it's actually 34 something.
Right.
But it has the L-shaped couch. That's one of the ones I
Oh.
have
Right.
been looking
It's a
at.
beautiful
so
coach.
That's why.
You guys want to sell it?
Just saying, for very cheap. John Tennessee, Lauren and Paul, did you know that Kevin is getting a haircut? He has no hair.
Like, I mean,
How is he
beard?
having
I mean,
As
a
in
beard
a
cut?
beard cut? I'm assuming.
He has no hair. You're right.
I need to catch up on their videos. I haven't watched videos or done anything this week. So a haircut.
I don't know.
Wow, that might be a little bit too much information.
Rick and Amy, Paul, how is your family like in their travel trailer? Your daughter and son-in-law. Well, they don't have a trailer. They have a fifth wheel.
Yeah, they
switched.
got rid of the trailer already and upgraded to this insane fifth wheel toy hauler, and they've got now have a Razor or something. I haven't seen it. Need to talk to them, but they're loving it. Like they loved the trailer so much they needed to upgrade. And with John being in a wheelchair, the toy hauler was really a perfect
Oh,
thing for them because they can just roll John in and out of the back of it. So they're gonna like it a lot. I think. I can't wait to see it.
I mean, what are you not gonna like? It's a mini apartment.
oh,
I mean, it's
fifth-
like right.
I mean,
It's like
I've never been in a fifth wheel. I
you
didn't
you
like.
have
There's
literally like a pantry door. Like you open the door in this massive pantry.
You have like a
and-
normal kitchen,
Yeah, normal
Yeah.
kitchen. There's a
an
center island and all that kind of stuff.
But
Yeah,
the
it's
easiest
crazy.
comparison I've heard between considering a Class A or like a fifth wheel is if you're going to travel a lot, you want a Class A. If you're going to be parking more, then
Yeah, absolutely. I
Mhm.
think that's the easiest
And
thing
I would
to
say
put it.
that is
Easiest
true.
way to
It's
put it.
like I know a lot of people don't have a problem traveling with their fifth wheels, but I agree with you. I think if you're more stationary, taking long times in places, I will go with the fifth wheel. It's just like so much space.
But if you're
in it.
doing 2 to
Oh.
3 days, 4 days, 2 to 3
Right.
days,
I
4
mean,
days.
the way we travel.
The way we
what's
travel,
yeah,
Yeah, I mean that woman that is by herself and went from
Pippi Peterson.
Yeah.
to a
Oh yeah.
and I mean like
fifth wheel
she's got
because
this
she's
big
got some
huge
big
like
wheels.
living room and the kitchen with the center
Right.
island.
Pippi
but I think she
Peterson,
stays in one
I have to
location
say,
for long periods.
she's one of those people I totally admire.
Yeah.
She's a solo RV traveler girl. If you have not watched her on YouTube, just like Google RV travel Pippi. I don't know.
Pippi
But
Peterson.
she will do her own oil changes, repairs
I
stuff,
know,
her
she
own
does.
solar. I mean, it's like all this stuff that usually
Yeah.
girls won't do. She will go and
She
do
will
it.
do.
She would have been a perfect person for one of these TV shows to pick up. So they had
Yeah.
the RV movie that's coming out, and everyone's in Wellington, Texas. Now they got a new TV series coming out called RV Series. Not one phone call for me.
Or Pippi.
Or
yeah,
Pippi. But Pippi would be
she
awesome for
would,
those.
I think,
Well, we
yeah.
don't know if she didn't get called and
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
and
no,
got
yeah.
turned down, but she would be awesome for that.
She'll be awesome.
Yeah,
I think
she would be
so.
really good for that.
And somebody said about like Monaco La Palma. Like we should look into. It's like
Yes,
actually I
those
have
are
been
nice.
looking into it because it's the one that Chris and G Travels used to have.
Yeah.
And it's only a one wall slide, but it has so much closet space, kitchen. It has
Yeah, those
everything
are
at
nice.
30 foot.
Oh wow.
So it's like actually they're very nice. I just don't know about that one because they mentioned that they have like a lemon. That can like turn me
Well,
off a
but
little
you can
bit.
get that with
And then
any
it-
of them.
yeah.
It's luck of the draw.
Yeah. Okay, so there's many more questions, but at this point it's
No,
like,
I think we need to do a few more. I don't care. We need to do a few more minutes because we screwed up so much at the beginning.
Well, somebody recommended the Allegro 34 PA. When it says 34 PA, it's probably a 36, 37.
Right.
yeah, it's
so
getting,
that's
getting
out
on
of
the
our range.
it's getting on the big side. Yeah.
Does it seem strange to you to be in warmer weather now that the height of summer in Alaska? Now than the
Yeah.
the height of summer. in
Yeah, it is.
Alaska.
It is weird because we never saw really summer in Alaska. 65 was like a high.
Yeah, we were never in literally short sleeves or shorts. So yeah, for us, this has been summer in the 70s, 80s.
Yeah, summer. We spent most of our summer in jeans, and then now we're in bathing suit at
See,
6
that's
o'clock
why
at
I
night.
thought you went to Hawaii because
Yeah.
you had
No,
That's
that-
exactly
used
why
to
we went to Hawaii.
Vegas. It's like and all that Alaska. I figured
Yeah.
you needed
Well,
some heat.
Don't tell my son that.
Eventually-
No, we went to see you, Sean.
Eventually, I know he wanted to see Sean a lot, but he was like also like a hit two birds with one stone kind of thing. It's like we're
Right.
gonna go and see him and have a little bit of summer. I was just cold to the bone, like all the time in Alaska, and then going down through Yukon, BC, and then
Oh, it got cold.
Washington. It was just like cold, 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 cold. It was like I need a t-shirt. I need to feel warm.
Yeah,
for
we started
once.
seeing nights in the 20s and 30s
Yeah.
in September. It was crazy.
Yeah, like people say, why you left so early, Alaska?
Yeah.
And it's like
No, you
No.
didn't.
early September, like literally Alaska shuts down.
Right.
Like all the businesses and all that, they
Yeah,
just
they
shut
just
down.
start closing stuff down.
It's like because they're like looking for their first snow towards the end of September.
Major cities are still open, but most of the smaller stuff and the tourist related stuff, they're like, get out, we're done.
I mean, we had 28 in Bend,
Yeah.
In the
Oregon,
middle of September.
and froze our hoses a
water
little
run.
bit.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
my god.
What else?
Petition Hippie, thank you both for staying up and spend time with us.
April. What's happening?
April, she's
How you
one of
doing?
our early viewers. We love
And
her.
we love her, and
Yeah.
we read all of your comments, guys. We do read all the comments. I should just reply to them right away, but just so you guys know, we do read them. But man, it's just so hard. But April, thank you for always participating and again being a positive part of the community. That's awesome. Hope you're having fun with your RV, by the way.
Deb Snowden, how you guys saying? 1,000 Trails Pio Pico. Watch your video before making reservations. Thanks for your reviews on TT. Coming to Las Vegas on November. Any recommendations for the TT there?
When do they come? When are you coming to
November
Vegas?
17th to the 27th. So
Oh,
probably we're not gonna.
we
be
are
there.
we're leaving the 17th, so we'll somehow figure out how we bump into you guys on the road. I think.
Carol. Oh, and about the reviews of the TT here.
I mean, that's where we're staying. I mean, if you've got a plan where you can, you know,
Yeah.
you're
Stay here. It's good.
it's
It's good location. I
It's
mean,
a good
for access to-
location.
tight.
it's
Yeah.
very
the sites are
tight.
tight, but
It's very
not bad.
tight.
You got a full hookup. Staff is friendly.
And you have a
you're-
pool, a hot tub,
I
and
mean,
laundry.
you're gonna be
Yeah, the pool hot
outside.
tub is decent. Yeah.
You're going to be out. So
Yeah.
to go to the Strip, go to Fremont, go
Yeah.
to Red Rocks, go
Yeah.
wherever. It's
When-
a good.
Whenever we stay in 1,000 Trails, it's not where we go to hang out.
No,
we stay in
you-
1,000 Trails because we're gonna go do other stuff.
Rick and Amy, they're saying goodbye. So bye, guys.
Bye, Rick,
It's like,
Amy.
we love them too.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. We love Amy.
Oh yeah, Rick. They're still hanging.
We're
by
still-
a
yeah,
thread,
we're still on the fence.
On the-
Questioning
Yeah.
that. Carol Bierman, what about detailing RVs? Heck no. That's a lot of
Oh,
work.
for work.
For
Oh my god,
business,
it's so
yeah,
much work.
no.
But again, it's another video I need to do to talk about, because when we first started into this, I was thinking about that sort of thing, and I'd go online, I'd see all these videos on people using Zepp floor wax on their coaches. The not full paint. What are you guys? Gel coat. So people
Gel
using
coat.
Zepp floor wax in their gel coat. Don't do that stuff. Don't use shortcuts for that kind of stuff. They make RV polishes and wax.
Right.
Use that stuff. It's going to apply just as easy and come off just as easy. The new stuff. If you use old waxes were brutal to get off, but don't use Zepp floor polish on your freaking gel coat coach. But I do need to do, I want to do a video on that stuff as well, because if you can do it yourself, save yourself a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Yeah, because it's expensive to have someone come and detail your coach, and I don't want to do it.
Okay, I have two comments. One compliment the other one. It says you guys should have been on the RV movie. And then Rick and Amy said, I'm assuming it's Rick, is like post Putty Mad will have gotten him in trouble. So
No, they can beat me out.
Right. They edited the
Yeah,
movie.
they edit that
no
out.
Problem.
But that's the problem. They'll edit it to make me look like more of an idiot than I am.
Ah, that could be.
That could be a
That could
problem.
be.
That could be problematic.
Lori Buchanan, you need to meet us in Newfoundland in summer 2020. Let's plan it.
2020. yeah,
Oh
we
my
can do that.
God.
We can do
Look,
that.
We don't know what we're going to do next spring. How are we going to?
Well,
But we
we'll
need
just,
to plan something,
Yeah.
Lori.
You guys are going to Newfoundland in 2020?
We miss you.
That might be an idea.
They fell in love with Newfoundland. They went this summer to Newfoundland and they just I think they just fit in right in. So it's like,
Well, I think Brian's a Newfie at heart.
nothing. Lori is the one that got
Nova
I
Scotia.
don't know. It's
Wow.
like there was a ceremony or something. She was a newfie, I think.
They got sworn in as honorary Newfies.
She did, I think.
She did?
I don't know.
Wow.
But
Brian, I can totally
Brian
see that.
and Lori, they're amazing.
They're amazing people.
Too.
We met them in court. Oh, they were the folks parked with us at Quartzsite.
Oh, okay.
Right
All
next to you.
Yeah,
Oh,
right next to
yeah.
us. Yeah.
He helped you take out the generator.
Yep. Oh yeah. Without those guys, him and the Kevin from Phoenix would have been more of a nightmare than it is.
Well, I'm George.
Oh, George too. Yeah, absolutely. George was amazing.
Karen Smith, Paul, please tell us about your daily schedule, how it is currently like.
Currently,
So just tell people why you
I
cannot
don't want to
edit,
because it sounds like
basically.
it sounds whiny.
Oh, go ahead, Paul.
So the
We
last
don't know you by now.
Yeah. So our regular schedule at the Wynns starts at 3 a.m. So I usually get up at 2 a.m. to go do that. The last 3 days we've had to get up at 1 a.m. to be in at 2 because they've got a high roller in that requires extra cars to be done first thing in the morning. So let's go to the regular schedule. Get up at 2 a.m., go in by 3. If I can get out of there early, my guys let me get out of there because I'm the boss. So they let me get out. But we're so short-handed right now, we just couldn't. We had 2 guys start the other day. My plan today was get in at 3 a.m., 2 a.m., and be out of there by 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. One of the new guys didn't show. So now they're short, so I wound up there till noon. So let's say I'm there from 3 a.m., got up at 2, I'm there from 3 a.m. till noon. I'm home by 12:30. Normally try to eat, do something like that, hang out with Lori for a half hour or so till 1 o'clock. And then sometimes it might be a little bit longer than that before I get home. But let's say I'm home by 1. I have literally from 1 till 5 or 6 at the latest before I have to go back to sleep again.
Right.
So at that point, I'm either trying to edit or order products for the company because I'm trying to get in new waxes or polishes or whatever. I'm trying to order all the stuff that I need, repair equipment and do that sort of thing. Some days where I don't get home, I think one day, the first few days I didn't get home till probably 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
And you
then
had to be in bed by
in
6
bed by
or
5 or
7.
6. So I try to slide in a couple or 3 hours of editing in with grabbing a bite to eat and trying to
And
hang
shower
with Lori
and all
for just a little
that.
bit. And then you've got a shower in there somewhere. So it leaves me very
No
little
time.
time, but it's still no excuse. And I've got to find a way.
No, it is an excuse. Like
It is,
I
legit.
think
I've
like
gotta
I
find a
don't.
way.
I'm sorry, guys. I know like you miss the videos. It's like, but it is an excuse. Like I don't feel bad about it because I
No.
see how much he works and he's literally falling asleep, like trying to do stuff. And he's like, Paul, just go to sleep. No, I need to get this. I'm like, just go to sleep. So it's like, so at
So,
some
yeah.
point, it's also not healthy. Like if you really
Right.
stay up all
Paul,
the time, it's just
You're
not
not
healthy.
20 or 30
I
something
know.
anymore.
I know.
We had to.
If the next few videos come out and they're a little wonky, you'll have to excuse me because sometimes I'm going, I got this. No, just a little bit more. Then Lori's going, bedtime.
Like I literally need to push him to bed because he doesn't want to.
So,
But anyway, so his schedule right now, his routine right now is very hard. It's very rough. So
You gotta take care of yourself.
exactly. So at this point, that's why we did that video about like our update and why we're not gonna get out videos very soon. And it's because all of that stuff. I know, like in the video, we don't go that hard into explaining, right? Like at detail. Like right now, we're here. It's like, but that's basically why.
Right.
Why we're not
Right.
posting videos right now. Now, why we're not posting Instagram, I have no idea, but.
well, because we're not. What are you gonna post? An Instagram picture of you and Ozzy?
Instagram is
Of
based
course,
on
Ozzy
videos.
always good. Just take pictures of Ozzy and post that on Instagram. People will just freak
Yeah,
out.
you realize cat pictures
Yeah.
are one of the.
I
know,
love
pictures.
them. Like
Puppy
literally,
pictures.
my family posts cat
No,
pictures
cat
everywhere,
pictures,
and I love
think,
them.
have more.
We could put a picture of Ozzy sitting at the steering wheel, going, "I can't wait to get on the road." Maybe a picture of Ozzy with us in the shower with a shower thing.
I thought when you were doing this, it's like hanging himself.
No, not hanging himself.
It's like,
I
what
do
is
think
that?
cat pictures are
Yeah.
the most popular pictures
Yeah.
on YouTube, more so than cute puppies.
Yeah, cute puppies or
Because
But
they're
cats-
cute.
or cute people.
They're
So
super
yeah,
cute.
let's do
And
it.
I think
Let's
there's
just
research.
flood our Instagram with Ozzy pictures.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
Expedition Hippie says, like she'd rather have the videos than you answer to comments. So she's okay for you not answering comments. Pamela Royer says, before you sign off, just a quick thank you for inspiring and living lessons. We love you. So that's Pamela.
Pamela, we love you guys too. You guys are amazing. I can't wait till you get out on the road and we run into you guys out on the road. That'll be cool.
That would be cool.
And
That
Jim
would
and I
be
will go out and ride 9-bots together.
fun. That's not gonna happen.
No, it is.
I'm
Jim,
saying.
don't give up on the 9-bot, dude. I'm telling you. 9-bot's that little electric unicycle that I have.
Oh.
One of our good friends, Jim, bought one to ride it, and his ankles took a beating and his knees took a beating, and he realized that he's not 20 anymore or 14.
Sweet Tea Travels also needs his own Instagram. It's like we have actually talked about it, about like just opening Instagram and just do like the daily picture of Ozzy of what
Yes.
he's doing. Like seriously, Shannon, it's like I say have like her daughter Tallulah, she did like an amazing picture. Like she actually threw a picture of Ozzy, and I still have it in my fridge. Like
Yeah.
it's still on my fridge right there. I should post that on Instagram too.
Yeah.
It's like
We should teach him how to use a camera and just send him out.
Right.
We could strap
do
a
selfies.
GoPro to his
GoPro to
head
him.
and let him run around the RV with the GoPro on.
but then I have to clean the RV all the time. No, that's a bad idea. But we can do pictures like if he was taking selfies.
All right.
in
We'll do 15
places.
more minutes. We'll cut it at 6:30. I gotta
No,
go sleep.
I think like we need to cut it.
Okay, if there's no
already.
more questions, we can cut it now. Let's do it.
Everybody says everybody loves Lorena.
Jesus.
I know.
We all love you, honey.
I know. I don't know, Big Jim. Paul, I think you and my husband Randy are brothers from another mother. Randy was a truck driver for years and then in the golfing industry for years too.
Oh wow.
And he has a potty mouth too, LOL.
Wow, that's a weird
That is
combination.
some
Yeah,
weird
truck driver
combination.
to
Now-
golf.
Now the
to, yeah.
trifecta will be: does he like Disney?
Yeah, does he like Disney
That would be the
stuff? 'Cause then,
trifecta.
then he's just totally
And
weird.
that will be spooky.
Yeah, that's why I'm a truck driver who rides Harley Davidsons, likes Disney stuff and hard rock music,
Golf.
and then I was a professional golfer at one time. Yeah, it's very very weird mix of talents and
John
interests.
Tennessee, Lauren and Paul, shout out to Adventure Nations Friends Club. We already did.
We already did, John. Where the
Right,
heck
right.
were you? Maybe it was when we were in the
Oh,
maybe it was when we were in the haze. I don't know. So yes, shout out to the Adventure Nation Friends Club. John's doing a good job over there of posting stuff on RV related things and vegan RV and TME and all that stuff. Thanks, John.
Norman is like best Saturday Night Live. Looking forward to the next one. It's like you have low standards, Norman.
That is awesome. We appreciate that. We
No, we
appreciate that. We
appreciate
did
it.
have some technical difficulties up front, but we got them squashed thanks to Rick helping us out there with the power. And yeah, the hardest thing is when you don't have good internet. The
Yeah.
streaming is just brutal.
right.
Like streaming is tough. You've got to have good, solid internet, and campgrounds and good, solid internet are hard to use in the
Yeah.
same sentence.
Yeah,
Just
I
doesn't
know.
work.
doesn't happen. too often.
Well, I think we're gonna cut it there because my phone just died. So
So you don't know anybody who's commenting. So once again, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us here on last Saturday Night Live. One of these days, Saturday Night Live's gonna like sue us for stealing part of the thing. We're not Saturday Night Live.
No,
we're
we're
last
last
Saturday
Saturday.
Night
Right,
Live.
right. Important
Totally
distinction.
important distinction, you know. So thank you
The
guys. for hanging out
lawyers
with
have
us.
advised you.
Exactly. We appreciate all of you guys. We appreciate you guys continuing to watch our channel and hang out and check out the videos. So make sure you share it with your friends, especially if you don't like them and you want them to be annoyed by our videos like you guys are. And again, appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. That was awesome.
Thank
fun.
you.
We
Thank
like it.
you.
So see you guys again next time.
thank you guys,
Bye.
everybody, for joining in. Thank you for like all the beginnings,
Stop
right? Like they
broadcast. Here it
stay
goes. We're hitting
after that
stop.
rough beginning.
There it goes.
And it's not working.
Now you can't
Now it
shut
doesn't
off.
want to go. Now it's like we have a rough beginning.
So
now
watch
we're
this.
staying.